Lucky man, he was.
Pockets has correctly joined the channel.
What a lucky man he was. Hello, folks. Boom, 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 boom. Hi. How's it going? Great. Anyways, I'm old now, so we listen to old things like this. Because we're old now. Fuck. I'm so old. Fuck. It's time for country music, bluegrass, all that shit. Okay? Yeah. Better take off all this gay shit. No, even country folk and old folk, weird old perverts need their weird gay shit. Okay? Everybody needs their weird gay shit. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm just starting. Don't pay any attention to the words right now. I'm old. This is kind of bright. I'm old. Is that better? A little bit. Great. Oh, good morning. Good morning. This is stupid. This is very dumb. This is dumb. I do not approve. Okay? I don't care who's doing what. That's probably still copyright. I really don't care. Great. Who cares? I don't. Who's in the care club, right? I'm not doing this. Who gives a shit? Great. Wow, I'm just letting it go in full, folks. We're letting it go. There it is. Brought to you by Asmon Gold. Why you keep saying that? Because every time I do, I make attention. If you were so smart, you'd know that. Okay? Great. Now, where's my Asmon video now? Yeah, here we go. Okay.
This is some real gold here. In fact, Denims, Frogan.
Good morning.
Denims, Frogan, and Casey Tron. You guys should pay me for this. You guys should.
Okay, so there's a catch-up. Okay, so this is him offering free advice. What was this?
Send me right now a super thanks for this. You owe me.
Oh yeah, this is him offering advice. So this is Legal Mindsets advice to the three characters. There's really not too much that happened on my day and a half off or whatever. So in terms of catch up, there ain't much anyway. SeanDaToken was released from Ethan's cold Jewish grasp. Anyway, SeanDaToken JKLOLawsuit lawsuit is the name of today's episode because JK. So he posted a little thingamadingy on his jiggabajiggy, and I might have to look it up or whatever. It's some well worded shit, and Ethan's all gray and Hila's all not gray, and yep. Cool. So anyways, this is free legal advice for the three gets involved in their suits.
Okay. I want to see it on this video.
Okay.
You better leave a super thanks, all of you, on this video.
Okay.
So I'm giving you some free advice here.
Yeah.
Non-legal legal advice. Non-legal. Because, I'm not their personal lawyer. So, but here's what they would do. Here's what I would do.
Non-legal legal.
What I would do is this. I would say, as a settlement lawyer, because Ethan does not have to settle. He can say no. But I will say this. And here's how you do it. Here's how we do it, guys. Here's how we do it, chat. You say, I'm going to rat out, like a jailhouse snitch, I'm going to rat out the people that called CPS, and I'm going to give you their names and all their information.
Bang.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Based.
Oh, wow.
Based. Ethan would take that deal.
God.
He would take that deal. Be the rat.
So you
Be
can
the rat.
you really want them, right?
Yeah.
You really want them. We're going to give up their heads. We're going to sacrifice them to the corn. We're going to put them out there in the wood chipper.
Yes.
If you drop this against us, we'll do that for you privately.
Da wood chipper.
No one sees it. It's going to be
Da
private,
wood
off
chipper,
the
yeah.
bus. We're going to slide their heads.
Oh,
down,
you want to take a
but you gotta
picture
drop
by the
against
wood
us.
chipper?
And I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the real sauce. And I think
I'm going to
Good.
be honest. I
Yeah.
don't think they know who did it. I don't
Okay,
think they
okay.
can do this.
I kind of
like,
agree.
obviously, this is absolute cinema. But if I'm looking at this
Straight
logistically, they probably don't even know who did it. That's the point.
that they might actually want to settle if they did that. This is sauce. Don't tell anybody. I know there's 9,000 of you in here right now, but we're not going to tell anybody. Right?
Yeah.
We're not going to go anywhere on the internet and send that. We're not going to. That's not going to get
We're
clipped
not
out.
watching
by anybody,
this.
right?
Yeah, we're
Nobody's
not
gonna
watching
clip that.
this.
Nobody's
Nobody's
watching
going to
this.
react to that.
Nobody's
Nobody's going to say
watching
anything
this.
about that, right? That's going to be our secret, right? Just us in this chat, right? We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to post on Reddit.
Hard to
We're
prove.
not gonna put it on
That
Discord.
would be
We're not gonna
very,
put it on
very
Twitter.
hard to prove.
It's going to be. There's no way that's clipped. There's no way this gets clipped. It's impossible. Clippers don't do that at all.
Of course not. No.
It would have to be
imagine
like a
that.
completed
And so, who's gonna?
expose.
What's it gonna be? CPS called?
It must
No,
be impossible.
I don't think that they know who did it. I actually think that Denims and Frogan
On top
and
of that,
whatever
you know,
the fuck, Caseytron, I don't think that they even
No.
know who did it. Period.
No.
They have no
They're not
idea.
part of it. Nope.
And so, like, all they did
They
is
just do their
create the
dumb bitch
environment for it to
content, like
happen.
me.
I don't think that they know the people. I don't think they coordinated with the people. And here's the other part. Here's the funny thing. He's leaving this out. Is that if they
I'm reading
who
the
did
chat.
it,
It's fucking great.
calling and weaponizing a governmental agency on another person is, as far as I know, a criminal offense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like in the same spectrum of swatting, and he can correct me if I'm wrong about
Felony?
this.
Felony even.
But
I'm
if
seeing
they
in the
know
chat.
who did it,
Yeah, it's a felony.
and
it's
they
felony.
coordinated with that person,
So easy to get to
not
felony these
only
days.
would they be doing that and getting away from this lawsuit, but they would be opening themselves up to somehow a sort of accessory lawsuit or accessory charge for weaponizing a federal agency and submitting false reports.
Oh.
So this actually, like, aiding and abetting, right?
Ooh.
So actually, this could be even
You're in
worse
trouble.
for them if
This
they
is
did this.
fucking okay. Snooze
Please
fest.
let them do this.
Yeah.
That would be really
morning.
fucking funny, man. And they'll only find out if they go to Discovery. Yeah, exactly, right? And we'll see what happens. But submitting false reports, yes, that would obviously be in the deal.
Great.
I don't know if that would be in the deal or not. I mean, because this is a civil case. I mean, usually you can't plead away guilt from a criminal case through a civil case, as far as I know. I mean, I don't think that's the way it works. I could be wrong, but like that's just what I think. They'd get amnesty? I don't think they would. False report would be very hard to prove, but Ethan would definitely fight it in court.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't think it would be hard
a
to
lot
prove
of things would be
because
hard to
these
prove
people
in
probably
these
have
scenarios.
they probably have private communications that completely explain that they were doing it maliciously.
Maybe,
like
yeah.
just in total plain English that they were doing it maliciously.
If they do,
and so
then
that's
it's
what I
then
would
it's well
expect,
played.
right? I could be
Right.
wrong about that, but I don't think that I am. So, in my opinion, I think this would be a very, very
Trying to make
dry
it not
case.
look so
Denham
shady
said
out
that she'll
there.
never
That
settle.
looks fine. That
Well,
looks
good
fine.
for her. Hopefully that goes really well for her. Hopefully things go great.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, not hopefully. I always wish him well when he doesn't actually wish well. Really, this is
But
interesting.
today we're going to play book. And I'll tell you why we're going to play book.
No, but before we do that though, Asmon watched like some trans thing, and he was like, "I'm fully in support of trans, this and that." But in previous things, even on the channel, we've seen him say things like, "I'm fully okay with it, as long as it's in your own fucking house." Like, so, yeah, he has said like, "Don't even leave the house as cross-dressed or trans or whatever." I've heard that when he was talking about, we did it on the channel, on my channel. So there you go. Wow. Anyways, I wanted to mention that little quibble. Now, we haven't watched the newer Asmon thing that I'm talking about, though. And this is just interesting, but I don't know if it fits necessarily with what we're doing right at the moment. So where is another Asmon thing? We did have a Stop Killing Games initiative thing pulled up, too. So this should be okay-ish. I had another one, but let's not. What is this?
The site was one to behold.
Like, I've never been to Yellowstone, but for me, this is like a real close second.
Steps from Old 395, a geyser, the likes of which hasn't been seen here since the days of Mark Twain.
It was just magnificent. This whole terrace was steaming.
Back then, Steamboat was the third largest geyser field in the United States. Most of that activity went underground until just recently. Last year, we showed you the mineral-rich water percolating, but a few weeks ago,
it was ejecting water about 30 feet high to the height of the telephone pole. And then you would get bursts that would go another 10 or 15 feet.
It's captivated geologists with the Nevada Bureau of Mines and Geology out of UNR, who are actively researching, visiting the site often to take samples, and monitoring the temperature with these probes.
A little flag.
So what caused it? That's the million-dollar question. It could be a lot of things. There's been a change in the water table in South Reno. When this area moved from more agriculture to more housing, the water table may have risen. We could have had a little micro earthquake and it could have shaken one of those fluid channels. There is geothermal production in the area. We're not ruling that out.
While the geyser is gone, there is still a lot of geothermal
I'd say
activity
so.
out here,
You know,
much so
it's more that
just
like
within
shit's
the
gonna be
last week,
shifting.
Several small
I don't know if
pots
like
have
human
started
crab.
bubbling up out of the ground. Listen to how cool this is.
Get closer.
Music, who owns this land, may have had
Stand
something
over
to
it.
do with the geyser subsiding, at least for now.
We poured cold water just through a garden hose off the building, and after about a half hour of doing that, it settled down.
His building is just feet
Why
away
would you
from
do
this
that?
incredible natural phenomenon.
And not everybody has a geyser or a fissure bubbling hot water in their backyard, so it is something special.
In Reno.
Then why did you stop it?
Reporting.
What a fool. What a fool, I say. A fool, absolute fool. Why would you stop the money? the money geyser. Hold on. I really don't want to go through all that, though, at the same time. It's Asmon shit. What is this? Come on, stupid. Yeah, they denied his appeal. I don't really care. I think it's just funny. Oh, what? Oh, my God. Gen Z is aging like milk. Yeah, they look like shit, dude. No offense. You guys look like garbage. Guru picks fight with Joe Rogan. We've already done that. Oh, so, Asmon, right? It's all done. That's all done. It was just, oh, was it this one? The jail? Maybe. 12 hours ago? I watched it in full.
Use the bathroom for your bike.
So yeah, I agree, but like at a point he's like, I'm pro this and that. And it's like, no you aren't, Asmon.
Reinvent the wheel.
Reinvent the wheel, buddy. And he chews his nails a lot. I try not to.
Tonight, a
you
man
know?
dressed like
I really try not
enforcement
to.
holds a man up at
I'll pick at him.
You can see the tactical vest and the mask. The victim
Get
says
him.
he repeatedly
No, don't get
identified
him.
himself as a cop until he forced him to the ground, but he didn't know someone else was watching. ABC 13's Luke Jones is live with more of that video. Luke, you also got an interview with the victim.
Yeah, the victim actually ended up shooting at the suspect. We know at least one of those shots landed. Police say the suspect later turned up at the hospital. But get this, they haven't yet filed any charges against him. And the victim's convinced he had accomplices. Police telling us this is all still under investigation. Javier Reyes and his wife in an armed confrontation with a suspected police impersonator June 15th.
Dude's hobbling
the
away.
liquor store they own in Kessler and Harwin.
He say, I'm the police. Pull up to him. Get on the floor. I'm the police. I'm the police.
Reyes had just gone to take out the trash when a red car pulls up. Then a masked man runs up with a flashlight and gun, wearing a vest with the word Marshall on it.
That's pretty serious.
I'm a cop. I'm the police. get out on the floor, and I say, I don't do anything.
You only see that one suspect in the video, but Reyes says there was another person driving the car he arrived in. Reyes says the man forces him to the ground and soon reveals his true intentions.
See, when he get me in the floor, he told me, it's a robbery, I'm not the police.
Watching this all from inside the store,
That's so
Reyes'
stupid.
wife quickly grabs a gun
Nice.
and confronts the armed
Tag.
suspect. He runs,
Oh.
losing his shoes and his gun in the process, while Reyes draws his
Shoot
own
him.
weapon.
Shoot him a
He
bunch.
fires
At that
multiple
point,
rounds,
get away from that
one of
gun.
which hits the
Yeah.
suspect.
Fuck that
He then
shit. Good
crawls
shit.
to his getaway
Yep.
car. Reyes firing a final parting shot as the car drives away.
The police told me I did a great job.
Both he and his wife are okay, but he shudders to think how differently things could have turned out. When the suspect demanded Reyes' valuables,
I say no, and he put the gun in my head, and they told me, I can kill you right now.
but the fake cop clearly wasn't a match for two
Dude.
plucky business owners. In Southwest Houston, Luke Jones, ABC 13,
That's fucking great.
Eyewitness News.
That was good. Yeah, watch him hobble away. Even the news is like, look at him go. Look at him go. Dude, fucking sweet. Yes. Good job, guys. Yes. It's like a couple. A couple just took that shit down. Alright, what's this now?
Honk that horn, lady. Wonk, wonk. Honk that horn, lady.
Honk that
Wonk,
horn.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Who gave you the best piece of advice?
Somebody's on me about fucking smoking. He's like, smoking is like, you're gonna die from fucking smoking. It's like, fuck you and your fucking smoking. Fucking criticism.
When was the last time you used? When was the last time you used?
The fuck?
Are you on anything right now? Are you willing to take a drug test? You love to party. Tell me about the last time you took drugs.
That was great. Dude.
Tell me about the last time you took drugs.
Wow.
Well,
What?
I'm fucking platoon. Fucking Wall Street. Fucking people around. Tribune.
I approve of AI, you know?
Mm-hmm. Ask me something. I knew it.
Asman? Uh-oh.
Who's getting a driving? The fuck is that? Fuck that. Fuck that.
It's the boy thing. The fuck? That bib. It's the boy thing. Yeah, that's Uncle Charlie. He's been sober for years now. 13 years ago? How is this even possible? I don't believe
Who's
you.
getting a driving? The
That's
fuck is
AI.
that? Fuck that. Fuck that.
I thought this is AI, dude. This is AI. Obviously. Obviously AI, dude. The whole thing is obviously AI. Okay. That whole thing is obviously AI. Thank you. There is some type of food fair that has dropped things in my peripherals. What could this be? Oh, it's mom. Clearly, it's mom. Is that dandruff or just a gap in my brows? The world will never know. Okay. Okay. Anyway, what is this scam? That's not a scam. I'm not a scam. I was like weird stuff in this stuff. Ugh. I'm not doing that. That just seemed like a scam.
Less than a week after being ordered
What is this?
for rodent infestation.
Oh, I probably
cameras
shouldn't
were
watch
rolling
rodent
in.
stuff.
We caught on camera.
This is rodent employee seen removing dead rodents with rodent employee tongs.
Is jaw-dropping.
This looks like a restaurant. What is this shit?
Rats out of the kitchen.
Is that the point?
What they use to remove them. Here's Jeff
straw.
Wines here with tonight's Dirty Dining Report.
Okay.
How many dead rats are you going to bring out today? Huh? How many dead rats are you going to bring out today? Rats.
No
Just minutes
English.
after opening the front door and start business of the day.
Rats.
Caught on camera.
What?
Out back.
Stay.
An employee using kitchen
Stay.
tongs to remove dead rat after dead rat.
What?
Tossing them into a dumpster out
What?
back. There were 3 in all. This
What?
just days after Mei Fu was ordered
That's gross.
by
I'm
the
trying to eat.
state. The inspector last week finding rodent droppings in the kitchen.
But you're open for business and you're serving people food.
Yeah, we'll be clean.
Pulling 3 dead rodents out of the
Yes,
back
sir.
of the kitchen doesn't mean you're clean. I promise you that.
Mei Fu, located at 15030 Northwest 7th Avenue, that's near the Golden Glades. Last week, a state inspector was here based on a consumer complaint, ordered the place shut. State records show 70-plus rodent droppings found by the ice machine at the front counter, under cooking equipment, in a storage area.
What?
And during a follow-up visit here the next day,
Oh my
there were
God.
even more rodent droppings. Mei
I'm really
Fu was
trying to
eventually
eat.
allowed to reopen last week following a
I'm doing okay.
reinspection. And then a week later on
Oh.
Wednesday, there was this.
I'm
Where'd you
trying to
find 'em?
eat.
In the kitchen?
Yes, and then bring out.
Is that
This is
acceptable to you?
difficult.
Would you want to eat in a restaurant like
That was
that?
a tough swallow.
You were ordered shut last week for the rodent droppings. The inspector was here based on a complaint. That was a week ago, which means the problem still exists.
Yeah, you made that moose. It's take time, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're opened. In other words, you should be closed, clean up the problem, and then reopen.
Just hours after we reported what we witnessed to the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, an inspector showed up. And that same state agency that allowed
Florida.
Mei Fu to reopen last week ordered the place shut again. The inspector saw a live rodent running under the cook line. Rodent droppings
Oh,
behind
geez.
freezers,
Oh, geez.
storage shelves, and around bags of MSG.
Oh,
were
wow.
rodent rub marks from their nasty coat on the walls. It was a
Ugh.
roach issue. Tonight,
Ugh.
Mei Fu remains closed, and frankly, based on what we saw, it never should have been allowed to reopen in the first place.
Mei Fu.
Jeff Weinstein, Local 10 News.
Mei Fu. Mei Fu. He was a bully to
Every
Wes.
actor has got his or her own way, and some actors
LOL.
don't want anything. And some actors refuse anything almost, and some actors want a lot.
When a director and an actor clash creatively on a film, it can be a challenge, but it can arguably lead to a great discovery had the clash not occurred at all. I mean, you got The Empire Strikes Back, Harrison Ford refusing to say George Lucas's hokey written dialogue, "I love you too," and it led to an iconic moment.
I love you.
I know.
George C. Scott refused to play his character in Dr. Strangelove for comedy, but after losing countless chess matches to Kubrick, he gained a respect for the auteur and agreed to go way over the top just for rehearsal purposes. Then Kubrick and the sneaky little guy just used those takes anyway.
It's an obvious calming trick, Mr. President. We're wasting valuable time. They're getting ready to clobber us.
But what happens when you have a director and an actor paired together who are just creatively different in every way? Well, that's precisely what occurred during the production of The Royal Tenenbaums, when the ever-meticulous, orderly, hands-on Wes Anderson directed Gene Hackman, a no-nonsense, old-school method actor who preferred a more freewheeling approach. Not this restrained, pastel, rainbow, symmetrical, whimsical storybook nonsense.
I did tell him, I think you're going to have a good experience, because at a certain point when he was unhappy on the movie, he said, you promised me I was going to have a good experience. I'm like, well, I thought you would.
A lot has been said about the on-set controversy between the two, but I was always curious exactly what happened and why it happened, and how it affected the creative process on the film and the acting. After pulling from multiple sources, I think I was able to piece together as full a picture as I could. For those who are interested in maybe getting into filmmaking, and you might run into situations like this, the whole ordeal is just a fascinating example of how, even in the worst situations, it's still possible to grit your teeth and get through it and just come out the other side.
Gene Hackman's perspective on this? That guy's a pussy. Right? Shit.
Okay, listen, I'm not dying. But I need some time.
What's wrong with you?
What?
So let's shag ass and take a deep dive into the drama behind the drama of the Royal Tenenbaums.
All right, yeah, no, we
and
could.
as always, I want to give a special thanks to our patrons.
We could, but I don't think we're here for that. This is not what kind of channel this is, right? That's not what kind of channel this is. Why he's so angry?
I've ever heard. But
Why
why
he's so
the
angry?
ire? It could be argued that Gene saw Anderson's style as frivolous, something that was unnecessary and time-wasting. Going back to this conversation between Anderson and Clint Eastwood, Eastwood offered some unique insight.
He loves to give his best, but he doesn't mind correction if you get going, and you get going and say, no, I see it a little bit different. He'll go for that, but he doesn't like to have you experimenting on his
dabbling
time.
in it.
I want to continue this conversation.
Sorry.
This seems kind of paradoxical, though. You know, Wes Anderson, he's not the type to experiment a lot. He's planned everything out from the start. You look at the behind the scenes of the Royal Tenenbaums, he's looking at all the drawings. Oh, look, this color this in here. This is what his hair should look
is this
like.
for?
Oh, look at this rug. Oh, this is nice.
That's gonna be great, right?
It is great, yeah.
Have this be dark, then have white labels, nearly as deep as high as this, with playwrights in alphabetical order. I gave Carl the list.
One would think that Anderson's confidence in knowing exactly what he wants would be right up Gene's alley. But if Gene didn't understand the vision, you know, it's tough to walk onto set every day not being on the same wavelength.
Come on, let's shag ass.
According to Wes, after it was all over, Gene did a classic French exit and left without a word to anyone. A sour note. But then it's very telling that, according to Bill Murray, Gene showed up to the premiere.
Do you think he came around and saw the film and that final product or end result?
Yeah, he was not an ignorant man. He was a bright guy, and when he saw the movie, he had to go, well, I acted like a jerk, you know. I'm sure he did, because when you see the movie, it's a real piece of work, you know. Wes Anderson makes great movies, and so does Gene Hackman, and you put them both in the same movie, what are you going to get? You're going to get a good movie. So.
It's
I don't
one
know.
of my favorite films ever
good.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was method, you know? Maybe you just needed to be pissed for the role. I liked it.
You're Gene Hackman. I think my favorite anecdote from the actors involved came from Ben Stiller in a guest essay for the New York Times. He released it shortly after Gene Hackman's passing earlier this year. He described being so nervous around Gene, and finally working up the courage to tell him in great detail how much he loved his performance in the Poseidon Adventure.
There's nobody alive but us. And nobody's gonna help us except ourselves. It's up to each one of you. It's up to all of us, together.
After timidly pouring his heart out to this man, Gene smiled and replied, "Money job." Then they went to shoot a scene in which Gene comforts Ben. From the article, quote, "My character opened up to him about having a difficult year, and he put his hand on my neck and he looked at me, his eyes inches from mine, with a deep honesty and empathy, the powerful kind of look I had seen him give on screen many times."
I've had a rough year, Dad.
I know you have, Chazzy.
Ben goes on to say, quote, "In the film, Gene Hackman's performance doesn't ask you to like him. He plays each scene simply and truthfully and with full commitment, but always with a sensitivity and humanity underneath it all, just like in the Poseidon Adventure. I don't think it was a money job, but I never asked."
Okay, thank you. Fantastic. That's great. Was this?
Of RPGs released
Okay.
in the U.S. for the PlayStation 1, the top 10
That's
usually
great.
look
A Valkyrie profile, and that was Xenogears.
pretty similar. But the top 10
And
RPGs
Final Fantasy 9.
are only about 10% of the RPG library for the
And-
system in the U.S. I want to share with you what I consider the silver medal RPGs.
Tactics is like one of the best.
Typically some more well-known RPGs, but the ones that don't as often make up the top 10 list for most people. Let's talk about those
Beyond the Beyond, which is, it's alright.
PlayStation 1 RPGs. The runners-up, the silver medals, if you will. I'll be going in the order of the games that I found the least compelling
Legend of Dragoon music at the moment.
to the most compelling this go around. Let's start with one that gets dropped in the comments all the time. Legend of Legaia.
Legend of Legaia is fucking amazing.
Released in 1999 by Contrail and published by Sony, Legend of Legaia comes to us from the apex of the PlayStation RPG's golden age, right between juggernauts like Final Fantasy VIII and Suikoden 2. With what seems to be nearly no marketing budget, given how few ads I've actually seen for it, it makes
None.
sense that it flew slightly under the radar for so many people. But behind its unassuming box art is an RPG that is actually pretty fantastic. It is a wildly unique
Really good.
turn-based RPG because of
like
its
it.
engaging battle system, and this really makes it stand
So
out among
good.
so many other
Like how you
RPGs on
discover
the
new
PlayStation
moves.
1.
Really
While
good.
the combat is actually super enjoyable, the story ain't no slouch either. The game begins in a world where a strange mist
It's
is
fair.
spread across the land, turning once helpful magical creatures called Saru into monstrous enemies,
Saru?
especially if they touch
I
humans.
think the,
You start as
I think the like unique use of the engine and how the art looks and shit, it's got really unique areas, you know, places to go and shit. Right. You know, dungeons. Okay.
On from the village of Rim Elm, who sets out on a journey to awaken ancient Genesis trees to push back the mist and bring life back to the world. Along the way, he's joined by Noah, a feral and naive girl raised by a wolf, and Gala, a stoic monk with a strong sense of justice. Together, they form a classic street gang ready to clean up the streets of the neighborhood.
No,
Not
speed
really.
balance
They work
power.
together, and by the dynamics
Right.
of their characters, they weave a heartfelt story of, you guessed it, saving the world. The big thing, the standout, the thing that everyone knows about the game that's heard of it is, of course, the combat system. Called the Tactical Arts System, battles are turn-based, but are focused on the controller inputs of the character. Think Sabin from Final Fantasy VI cranked up to like an 11. Instead of selecting attack and watching an animation, as is typical for many turn-based RPGs, you enter directional commands like up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start to perform combos or get 30 lives or something like that. Actually, strangely enough, I don't think the Konami code actually works in this game. It seems like that would be a really easy Easter egg to throw in there. Doing certain
Contrail.
sequences trigger powerful
Konami.
arts, essentially
Not quite.
special attacks, which gets stronger as you level up. You start off not having many input spaces available, but you can bolster these in battle by sacrificing a turn to spirit up. You get longer strings of inputs as you progress in the game, and this, of course, allows for new combinations.
Solid, I like.
But really, it's sort of addictive, as it's satisfying and makes grinding feel less like a chore and more like sparring. Oh, and if you're just a
So good.
grindy folk like me, and you don't want to do the string of inputs every time, you can just hit auto, and the computer will string some random combos together for you. It's pretty
That
forward-thinking
is
stuff, but they included
chocolatey.
both of these. Again, while combat is the big thing, it's not the only thing that makes this game a little different. Sort of like, I don't know, blue mages? Certain enemies when encountered can teach characters magic to use in future battles. It's a neat blend of sort of creature ability
Thank you,
collecting,
period. If you
magic
wanted a sip or
customization
two
that makes
of this
customizing characters
coffee
interesting
stuff,
throughout the
it's
game,
kicking.
particularly when paired with that cool combat. The world itself does the standard but not unpleasant setup of towns, dungeons, and mist-covered regions connected by a world map. Walking on that world map is a slog. It's just, I mean, you are creeping along. It is, it's a big space. The overworld and environments are familiar by today's standards, but the story has a surprisingly serious
that,
tone.
when the world
Villages
is
are
really
wiped
slow
out,
and shit,
innocent
and
people are
that's fine.
mutated or killed by the mist. The game leans into its emotional story beats and thus weaves together a story that's as engaging as the woven combat inputs the game is famous for. It's not the best story you've ever heard. I mean, that's unlikely, but again, it's enjoyable with a few surprises
I'm a
along the
nerd.
way.
What do you
it
want?
certainly tickles that nostalgia bone while, you know, being functional. Graphically, Legend of Legaia it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely not the most impressive looking game on this list, nor among the other PlayStation 1 RPGs out there, but, of course, you know me, I think it has charm. Character models are chunky, you know, like me, but expressive, particularly on the overworld and usually with their map interactions. The combat models and actions look considerably better. Outside of combat, however, the game's
So you can, like,
environments are
combine 'em and
simple,
shit.
and despite you working on breathing life back into a world that has been destroyed by mist, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of life in it. It works, don't get me wrong. I guess I could be mistaken, confusing sparse with serene. But even I, who love PS1 era RPGs, found myself squinting to figure out what some models were going for. It's clearly a game that put most of its resources into battle and mechanics, and that's okay. But boy, can you feel it. The soundtrack is one of the game's least celebrated strengths. I don't
It's
hear
very
many
polygon.
championing
That's okay.
the
It's
soundtrack,
okay.
but I thought it was more than fine for the game.
It's a little better than
Nothing felt out of
Guardians
place or
Crusade and
anything.
shit,
And I
so-
think it accompanied the world torn by mist well. The battle themes are energetic, the town music is good,
Yes.
and there's a somber mood that permeates much of the experience. It's an underscore of loss, recovery, and resilience. Legend of Legaia
Very
might
good.
not be a grand epic, but it's a focused
You're killing
RPG
me.
with
You're
a
killing me.
folks what they wanted, or
Eight's okay. Eight's okay. Some people
They
think
had.
8 is like the greatest game ever made. And
The game
I'm,
did.
I'm
Technology
over it.
hurt.
I fucking
The game did.
resent that because of people like that. So, what are we doing? It's like Saga 2.
Ace, Star Ocean system when it comes
Star
to
Ocean,
menus and
I heard
systems.
it.
And personally, I think they're names to one another over the years, but it was one that not every
They're very similar. Actually, that one's pretty good. I remember Claude now, that I think about it.
protagonist, Claude Kenny, a young space
Yeah,
cadet
yeah.
and the son of a Federation hero.
It's a good game. It's a really good game. We've switched again. This is Alundra, I believe.
Top 10 RPGs for PlayStation 1. It's a 2D action RPG that blends Zelda-style gameplay with a surprisingly dark, emotionally weighty narrative. It may
Yeah,
not
yeah.
have had the marketing muscle of Final Fantasy VII.
It's pretty good. It's got some depth
Isometric
to
game
it, you know?
last just a wink at. The dream sequences in particular are surreal and unsettling, pushing the visual design into almost horror territory at times.
It's really good.
I actually played Final Fantasy VII for the first magic
Okay.
user.
Wild Arms, one of the best, like, ever.
Exploration
One of the best games ever,
through
dude.
party positioning and
Breath
being
of
more
Fire
mindful
3,
the
one of the
character's
best
weaknesses
games
and strengths.
ever,
Just
ever.
don't put the mage up front.
Monster
Then,
Seed,
you know,
please, no.
It's inside an area. You'll likely find that they
Yeah,
are large
no.
and teeming with secrets and lovely scenery.
Dude, this shit is amazing. Breath of Fire 3 is gorgeous.
And then this universe, this dark,
Valkyrie,
brooding,
not
brooding
Valkyrie.
action RPG was
Vandal
unlike
Hearts.
anything else of its.
That's a good
for
game.
those details of their. It's often
Okay.
of gameplay, but there's a ton of depth
Ashley.
to be had should you really want to indulge.
Ashley,
the systems
his
are
name is Ashley. His name is Ashley. Okay. Wild Arms, blah blah blah, Legend of Legaia. That was good. It was a good video, you know. Okay, what's this? Okay, she's gonna get suddenly rear-ended like a motherfucker. 3, 2, 1.
Video protected. Video protected.
Damn. Did she bop? She bop? She just drank something too. Okay. Yeah. Is that person okay? Are they dead? Are you dead? Wow.
It looks like you've been in a crash.
It looks like you've been in a crash. Okay, good job, good job. Yeah, that would have been fucking bad with the cup in your fucking... Damn, dude. Okay, so the ritual has begun. Yes, the ritual has begun. Yes.
It's not time for dreams right now.
It's not time for the ritual, not the cat.
Summoner in the darkest part of the universe. Get it on. With the ritual. It's time for the ritual. I see it in your eyes. You know about to begin. And all the darkness lies somewhere deep down within. Nope. It's not time for truth right now. It's time to bring on the apocalypse to the world. Ritual. Time for the ritual. Okay, let's get serious now. It's time to lock it in. Oh my god. Why? You fucking up the whole ritual for ritual. It's you fucked it. You fucked it.
Yeah, the ritual. You can't do the ritual. That's a good.
Getting by the candlelight. Getting ready for something.
That's great, isn't it? Great, folks.
Right now. It's time for mortal sin. 'cause we will be summoner in the darkest part of the universe. Get it on with the ritual. It's time for the ritual. I see it in your eyes.
Okay, you want some treats?
You know about to begin, and all the darkness lies somewhere deep down within.
Nope. It's time for the ritual. Okay, folks?
We are starting with breaking news tonight. We just learned 5 people died in that terrible crash east of Dallas that we have been following for you all evening long. This happened in the westbound Interstate 20 in Kaufman County, about 45 miles east of downtown Dallas. The Department of Public Safety just gave us this update. They say traffic was backed up around 3 this afternoon. A semi-driver fell asleep and
Okay,
hit
they're
a
dead.
Ford F-150 pickup with 5 people
Wow.
inside. That caused a chain reaction involving 2 additional
Jesus.
18-wheelers and
What's this
several
now?
other vehicles.
Let's see that.
Just
Okay, so the entire front of this thing is fucked.
gave us this update. They say traffic was backed up around 3 this afternoon. A semi-driver fell asleep and hit a Ford F-150 pickup with 5 people inside. That caused a chain reaction involving 2 additional 18-wheelers and several other vehicles. 4 people in the F-150 died. 1 was in life-threatening condition tonight. The 5th
Wow.
death was in one
The
of the other
driver?
vehicles.
What?
Parts of Interstate 20 are still closed tonight, 7 hours after this happened, as officers continue to investigate.
Damn, dude. Oh, uh-oh. See, you
Police
can't be
in
going
France
out,
say
folks.
14 people are under arrest
Don't even
after
do
a
it.
possible syringe attack at a series of music festivals
Oh,
across
jeez.
France. 100.
Oh,
And prior
geez.
to the
See
event,
see
there were
that?
posts, we think, on social media encouraging people or telling people to prick people attending that event. Now, we don't know anything about the malign actors behind this.
Wow.
Arrested so far, said.
I
for
can
me,
tell you it's a bunch of like Brito, Euro, Trasho trying to like blame the other side. It's always ops. Speaking of ops,
Everybody is obsessed with Asian women and Asian men and Asian.
it's always been a thing. So, I mean, it's always been a thing. But it's like a young, stupid, like discovering other cultures fetishism type of thing. Like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Asian
Okay.
culture. The
Everybody
Asian
gets over it,
epidemic
you know.
Is getting worse every single day.
It's like a crush.
I've seen.
Yeah.
This is what
Me need
it looks
waifu.
Like Asmongold of his
Yeah,
metabolism.
yeah.
as
See
far
that?
as it does.
Great.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Why is this me 2 years ago?
Great. Fantastic.
They fall under the trap that because Asia is a
Okay.
different country, it's
I get it.
so
I get
easy
it.
to fetishize and
But I'm not here for this. Okay, I don't do this.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Think about Japan. Fuck Korea. Fuck Japan.
Everyone's. Here's what they won't tell you guys. Asians, they got no asses, boys. Yep.
Oh, I remember hearing that live. I watched this live. Yeah, no ass, no ass.
Oh yeah, you should go to the Philippines. Everything there is so cheap. Vietnam. Oh, Dubai.
I'm not trying to go to that. I like America,
Because
bro.
it wasn't the Burj Khalifa that didn't have sewer infrastructure. It was most of the
I
buildings
like
throughout the city.
fat, fucking corn-fed, fucking like heifer ass, fucking fat Midwest BBW. I like fucking overflowing fat chunky chunk fucks who like they look like they're gonna die. Stuffy bunny, give me a stuffy bunny like anytime. Some big fat round fucking. Is that my autism perking right now? Is that my fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Circles. Got your red circle, your blue circle, and they spin, and one's yellow, and orange, and pink, and purple. Every little color has its own little circle, and they're all different sizes too.
This daily line of 4,000.
Every
boobs, butts.
Has their own flaws.
No, it's like it's man-animal shit.
Because
is the point?
You know, what Nick's opinion is, but I'll leave that up to my chat instead.
So I don't really care what anybody's opinion is, whether they're from here or from there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So.
Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about the Stop Killing Games initiative that's been making waves in the gaming community.
So this is a dev who is pro Stop Killing Games initiative.
There's been a lot of discussion around this, and unfortunately, some responsibility.
Okay.
Online connectivity.
That's
It's
this
a
person.
past action.
It's all
Just like-
talky facey. It's all facey talky. Uh-oh.
And having the manufacturer remotely steal it a few years later. Some critics argue that this would stifle innovation or hurt the games industry, but consider this if you will. Requiring basic consumer protections hasn't hurt other industries in the past. In fact, it drives innovation. When companies know that they can't rely on planned obsolescence, they're incentivized to create better and more sustainable products. The initiative...
Oh, okay. I like this success stories area.
It's not just about software. We've seen this pattern in hardware too. I mean, just remember when...
Nakama GOG is a great platform for like companies remaking, rehosting, and City of Heroes, City of Villains, the City of Games have managed to like make like a healthy player base and kind of still make a route where they can have officially hosted, quote unquote, in some capacity servers. Right.
Apple insisted they...
So these are success
and
stories.
update things, but
you know?
Starting from the beginning with the plan is going to make it
So great. I'm glad that people are making videos and coming out about shit. That's fantastic. Do I want to spend 40 minutes watching it? Fuck no. Do I want to spend 3 hours watching it? Fuck no. Do I want to spend 2 hours watching this?
Fight
Fuck
evil
no.
data brokers, then click the link in the...
So at some point he's like,
And wrong. After all. Now, because...
To bathroom. It's right there on the page. Like it's this.
so he says, to get rid of the like confusion, just anybody who's born as blank, just go to blank bathroom. Just fuck it, right? So somebody was like, what about women who are men who this and that? It's like, no, that doesn't go the other way. I'm not gonna have sympathy and blah blah blah. It's just that gender, that bathroom. Great, cool.
This isn't even like an extrapolation. It's like, well, if
to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, women don't have those. So this situation, at least on the surface, seems pretty cut and dried.
So I mean, the argument there is like, okay, who's gonna get raped then? Should we let the women be raped by weird, ugly men, or should we let the weird, ugly men rape the transsexuals who decided to get? Oh, geez, that's where I'm like, well, what you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, when does the feminist step in and be like, okay, well, we have to be in favor of saving these women over these women? You know, isn't that ooky? Yeah, well, deal with it. It's called gender you were born with. Sorry about that. I'm as middle of the road as I am, in full acknowledgement of I still have a cock, etc. If I cut it off, I'm still gonna be a little stronger. Even if I take HRT and all that other shit, I'm still gonna be a little stronger. Even if all these other factors, I'm still gonna be a little bit more guy. So it just is what it is, because that's what I was born as. This isn't a God thing for me. It's very much a science thing. That's about it. That's all I got on that. That's it. I want to get him saying like,
no, thank you. But then she took.
He might even say it during this part, actually.
in comments on TikTok sections is going to stop the Florida Attorney General from putting you in jail.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like it's just on a apparatus of lies, and that's all they survive on.
Okay.
It is just a bunch of blatant, outspoken, unrepentant,
right.
unapologetic, complete mistruths. Total
They're
fucking
saying
lies.
Democrats and shit in the party. Shut up.
They study reality? Well, they're gonna have time to do that. I've got a pretty good feeling.
He's talking about her, it, they, he, shit.
corn dog.
In another video,
Okay.
Tino addresses various rumors and accusations and actually acknowledges a petition going around to remove the
Selfie for Q, stupid Karen on TikTok is like, oh, true. Marxism and
Hold
turn
on.
it into something that it's totally not.
There's a point that he's making. I want to get to it. Okay, is this it? He's looking smarmy.
This on its own clearly made people even angrier. But honestly, this is Lily Tino's way. This is,
Okay, here we
this
go.
is the way that this person does things. Each time the TikToker has been called out, the response has been to deflect blame and play the victim. But this time, our TikToker friends sealed this race.
You want to play the victim? It's time to earn it. That's what I think. You want to do that? Go ahead. Time to be the victim.
In stone. I don't know if that's a
Like
phrase
the most
that is now.
manly, like,
After posting this
yeah,
photo
buddy.
of
Like,
photos
it's always
actively
like,
claiming to have made it trans.
Sure.
So clearly, and I know I'm
Jimmy-
a broken record at this
Jimmy.
point, this
She
is a
looks like
person
Jimmy
who enjoys
fucking
getting
Lee,
a rise
dude.
out of people, especially
Lily Tino
when
be
children
looking
are
like
involved.
Jimmy Lee.
Red flag alert.
Look at
Now,
Jimmy.
obviously, Lil
It looks like Jimmy Lee. It looks like Jimmy Lee. It looks like Jimmy Lee. How does nobody see this? I mean, yeah, this motherfucker, this fucking dude. She looks just like this dude. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is it always those glasses? Asmon said in this episode. He was referring to the cat's eye shape, but like, dude, everybody who's like a weirdo like that has these kind of fucking glasses. I said these. I said I'm a weirdo. Fuck off. I'm called eccentric. You ever heard of Rocky? You ever heard of Rocky? Asmongold? No, those are really fucked. These are weird glasses. These ones? Oh, see that? That's really fucking weird, dude. Look at this shit. These little eye corner fucking... Look at this shit.
He's
Look at this shit.
a dental comedian,
Okay.
right? Like, no, my
Look at
dentist.
that.
Oh. I'm a
Now that's
dentist.
really... Okay, Asmon. So if you want to criticize whatever the fuck you want to criticize this style of glasses, okay, don't say... He says that in this episode. I don't need to go into it. For you to criticize dudes with that any shape of glasses, go fuck yourself. Like, what? You don't wear them yet? Eat a dick. Am I supposed to wear the other ones? Then you'll just fucking label me a ped or some shit. I'm either called a fucking ped or I'm called a fucking ped. You know what I mean? So, there you go. What's he? What's he now? What's this? Huh? Ah, point proven. So, here's a guy who can make them look fucking cool. Okay? Yes. Okay? This guy makes them look fucking cool. With glasses on, dude. Yeah, see that? Right? He makes glasses look fucking... Where's that? Yeah. See how fucking neat that is, right? Some Sam Hyde-ish looking. But I've seen him with some pretty big, pretty impressive frames on and shit. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this. Jack Black. Where's the one? There's one where he's got like kind of reddish glasses on. Looks really fucking cool. But maybe is it a fucking video? I don't know. But he makes glasses look cool, okay? You can make glasses look fucking neat still. So it's a problem that everybody with glasses has. Is like your face shape changes, what looks good with you as your face evolves, etc. So it's hard to know. Yeah, gargoyles and shit, like, they used to have cool fucking styles of glasses, and people weren't a bitch about it. This does not count. Yes, I've seen this. Everybody's crazy about this style of glasses. So, why is it always this style of glasses? I don't know, Asmon. I don't know. But the main point is, it's not just a trans thing. It's like a fucking Hollywood thing. So, thank you. That's it. Some people are just more eccentric. Some people need they cool glasses. Okay. Alright. That's it. I can't really find the cool picture. It is what it is. Hey, it's a big dude. Everybody's a big dude. Yeah, I got a lot of snot. You got a lot of snot. Everybody's got a lot of snot. Shit. Everybody's got some snot. Yeah, I'm a big dude. I'm like 5 something, dude. I'm like 6 fucking something, dude. So, you know, everybody wears those kind of glasses. I don't want to hear your stupid commentary. Thank you.
Billy Tino is just one weirdo in a sea of weirdos.
There's a lot of
This is also
weirdos.
a person who has demonstrated.
There's a lot of weirdos. Thank you. And we're not all the same. So I think you even say it like right here.
Isn't it?
Yeah, there it was.
Rage bait videos.
So-
But the two that matter today revolve around Tino using the women's bathroom, which we know happened because Tino
It's
posted
always those glasses, isn't it?
Those aren't
video
quite
about
mine, though, so I'll let it go.
World, I don't really know
But
what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rule.
what glasses would you rather, Asmon? What should people wear? The sensible ones, like the normal geek frames? Okay. Anyway. So we went over like a couple other people. Anyway, this thing looks like Jimmy Lee more than anything. I wanted to point that out. Look at that! Look how fucking it's like exactly the same middle lip and everything.
You don't know what the rules are. You're on a phone.
Fucking Jimmy Lee, dude. It's fucking Jimmy Lee. And that's post little face surgeries. And it's like, you have to be fucking kidding me. So this person got face surgeries to look more like Jimmy Lee. Like, I'm shocked at a point. You know? I'm shocked.
Guys, I have fantastic news. All of the most insufferable people on the internet are furious right now.
Oh, this says Trump wins everything. If Trump won everything, then how did this Donnie Moomy come the fuck around? I'm Trump. I'm amazing.
Well, this way brings back the
This way brings back the
This kind of is following the law the way the country was supposed to have laws. You know, before some madmen actually, you know, literally ran this normalcy out of the house.
This is what it's all about, and this is really the opposite.
You think you live in a concentration of power, that there's a president of the United States? That's basically what he asked. All right, to rephrase the question, Mr. President, I really think it's a concentration of power to have a person elected as the president of the entire country. Well, yeah, no shit. That's how elections. Yes, absolutely. You're right.
Of that.
Tough
Right.
noogies.
Right.
The question is fine, but it's the
So I'm a Republican now. No, I'm not.
I love how he walked away from the mic and he's still taking questions.
Thank you so much, President Trump. Illegal crossings.
He shoots him the fuck down this whole time, too. It's really good, really good.
It's because this is a smoothie, by the way. I'm being really healthy.
So we're going to listen to Strife Hayes kind of page through the pirate debate here. Stop killing games. I don't know what he's going to say.
It's because Twitch just doesn't seem to like people playing video games.
Nope.
I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting that feeling. I was reading an interesting report commented upon by Tim the
I was just fucking saying that earlier. And it's like, there's still a game presence, but it's not promoted. It's all the same boring middle lane gotcha. As everybody's complaining about that, but that's the thing. So that's also the people who are making the money and blah blah blah, the mods and shit, and right, and mods and where are they from and who do they have friends with and who puts money into what and stocks and businesses and what? It's all a massive grift from the Neponati. Yeah, it is. Anyways, continue.
Tat Manathy, where he said, rightly so.
Wow, you said it immediately. Thank you.
Is far bigger than anything else on Twitch. Just Chatting has like 300 to 500k viewers.
And they won't let you be in Just Chatting sometimes if you're just chatting. If you're going well, they'll take you and put you somewhere else. Whatever you're doing, they'll put you there. They'll put you in like Watch Party or some other shit. They'll move you from Just Chatting if you're doing well, because they only want their specific big boys at the top.
Every other video game doesn't even
Kick is like this too.
come close. League of Legends, I think, is the second closest. 100k. Annoyingly, it's just not true. It's not a thing for playing video games. It's a thing for chatting, and it's because more people value drama than they do value any individual single game.
Yes.
But I'm not going to get into drama. I am above that. I am enlightened. I am superior to all that. I will stand on my lovely pedestal above, and I will not be degraded. I will not devolve into talking about drama.
However,
so pirate software.
But today, yeah, right. So, to get into it,
what happened?
Right.
With that whole thing. What's going on there, guys? What's happening? All right, no, I spoke to Pirate Software.
Okay.
I sent him a DM on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. I've got two important things to say about that. First of all,
X gonna give it to you.
The internet is capable of generating more laser-focused hatred than almost anything we've seen in the past.
Cheers to you, my
there have been
friend.
Massive standing armies who have all had ideas of destruction against an ideal. But the fact that the internet has made it possible for millions of people to laser focus hatred on a single individual it's a situation we've never seen before in history. It's insane. And what a lot of people don't understand is that the internet is full of very unhinged,
Well, it's getting a little watered
dangerous
down at this point.
You may disagree
Fear
with
it
someone.
too late,
You may
LOL.
dislike them. You may want to leave
Okay.
a mean comment. And to you, that's
Great.
just one mean comment.
Anyway.
Now, to someone who gets thousands a day, it mentally adds up. Mean comments do a tiny amount of psychic
I can't hear
shit
anything.
damage every single time you see them, but nothing heals that back.
Okay.
But even that can be survived. What you forget is the internet's full of unhinged people who are going to find your home address, who are going to find your number, who are going to bombard you, who are going to harass your family, who are going to send death threats, who are going to attempt to actually do that. It is horrific.
Okay.
So I need to make it very
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
I disagree with Pirate Software.
Okay.
I still think he deserves a level of safety, a level of respect,
Sure,
a
cool.
level of
Anyway,
civility, a level of
that
basic
being said-
human decency. I can disagree with his position strongly, while still not achieving of an actual possible goal or being racist. I don't know enough about your life to want to hate you. Play some video games. I'm going to go back and rewrite more expeditions. I think he has gone about his... It was that, okay, we've fought, you know, we've killed each other now, a lot of bad stuff's happened, but there is still a code. There's still a level of rules. There's still a standard that we all... He prides himself on the idea that he can look at a situation and objectively analyze it from, you know, many different angles. And he has skills that I don't.
Okay.
I don't know the first thing about game
Okay. Okay.
development. I don't know the first thing about coding. To me, tricking a rock into thinking is magic. I have no idea how coding works.
I do.
I won't even claim
So I'm a
The closest
magician?
I've ever got is
Thank
I
you.
downloaded an old RPG Maker toolkit called Toolkit 2 years ago. And obviously I bought RPG Maker when it went on Steam sale for like £5 and then never used it because I can't do that. I'm not
I used it. I made a game.
So he has skills
I
and
used
abilities
it.
that I absolutely do not have, and he
Okay.
prides himself on using these to logically follow through any kind of process to get it. But this is skipping over probably the single most important thing that you need to remember when dealing with people. Human beings are not logical. We're
Well-
not logical beings whatsoever. And ironically, Pirate...
He is logical. He's trying to defend his goddamned rich boy, rich kid right to own his daddy's fucking fortune. And that happens to be World of Warcraft. And as much as we think it's our game, is as much as his entitled little self can't admit that that game, along with other live service ones, aren't really beholden to the company on an eternity-based scale, friend. Your infinite renewals have to end at a point. One could even argue that the initial pre-HD remake version of World of Warcraft should be freely playable to the public. Those tools should have been released, and what we have now is none of that. We don't have that. That first edition server blade that they shut down and people were mad about, that should have never happened. That should be freely playable to the public. They can't make any money off of it, like blah blah blah. Like that should be part of the law, but thanks. Nope, we don't get rights over things. I mean, even then I'm putting shit on shit, but
It proves this when, if pushed
I don't
back
know.
specifically about game development, you
So
know
no,
is
no.
objectively correct.
right.
We
So
were
he's going to
talking
triple
about
down,
the
double
idea
down,
that-
etc.
In order to achieve a certain objective, you need often allies, people to agree with you, people to support you. And you do not bully someone into supporting. You do not belittle someone.
He just or he cool guys you.
We've lost that.
He's a cool guy.
Agreed upon final position.
I'm not here for this though. I mean, I am,
However,
but I'm not.
Enter the internet. Now it's just about beating the other person intellectually. Now it's
Okay,
about just
right.
straw manning and making yourself
So
look
his
good to all your
ego and
followers.
shit.
Now
Right.
it's about never admitting you're wrong because that's weakness, and weakness is
There you go.
wrong. Now it's just about saying what I believe is correct objectively. It's the only way to do it. My opinion is better than yours.
Just
my
false
opinion is better than yours,
mannerisms.
and we're going to win. And
All that
anything
kind
you
of
think
shit.
is wrong.
It's funny, we get this like false manism posturing from fucking some weird Californian, highly elitist, spoiled fucking gay furry. It's kind of amazing. Like, stop the male posturing bullshit. I'm a wizard. No, you're just a fucking. No, you're a spoiled rich boy. Like I don't get it.
The
I don't get
internet
it.
has been absolutely.
I'm a wizard.
catastrophically
I can
destroyed.
cast spells. No, you can't. No, you can't.
It has been so damaging to the notion of debates at all. It has. Phantasy Star Online 2, it was not William Shatner's Tech War featuring William Shatner. And when they sat down, Riker basically said, look, I don't want to do this.
There you go. And I'll have to pause you at that. So to listen to you sip your like alcoholic tea for half an hour or whatever, I'm good, bro.
Man in St. Pete has called.
Oh, it's just normal regular tea? Well,
911, get this, more than
Oh, what's this?
16,000 times.
Oh my
including
God.
Hundreds of calls about his own neighbors.
Dispatchers say most of them, I would say the vast majority, were not true emergencies.
Wow. What? Man arrested calling 911 more than 16,000 times. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Of course, that's what 911's for.
It should take like 1 or 2 times. Why does it take that much?
This year alone. Now, I spoke to Mr. Samuel Thomas on the phone. He denies
There he is. There's a guy.
Samuel Thomas has called
There's that guy.
911 more than 16,000 times, and some neighbors say this pattern of calling has gotten out of hand.
Even the light in his house is blinking and
Music
shit.
too loud, he'll start calling and cussing and raising hell. That's
Oh,
just
wow.
excessive. That's wasting taxpayers' money.
The final straw, police say Thomas claimed someone was shooting an AR-15 in the roadway in a neighborhood on 11th Avenue in St. Petersburg. But when officers arrived, they found children playing in the front yard and
What
a
the
family
fuck?
having a barbecue.
Wow.
Police, what's the location you need officers? The kids in the street that are playing basketball or drug dealers down the road.
Amazing. Uncle Ruckus. There's a lot of Uncle Ruckus out there.
Week. It's been absolutely brutal these past few days in Michiana, and while most of us
I don't know where that is. Is that Michigan? Michiana, Michigan. Michiana. People living at South Bend. Oh, is this all Florida shit? Trailer park told AC
been trying to
units
beat
must
the heat,
go.
dozens of people
What?
living in a
Countryside Village Trailer Park in South Bend on Tuesday, a day you definitely would not want to be outside.
It is intensely hot out here right now. 91 degrees with a feel.
Those AC units could cost the people living inside these trailers more money and potentially their homes.
When did you receive this letter?
Last week.
I sat down with 2 ladies who live at Countryside Village. They own the trailers they live in and pay a lot rent to Yes Communities, which owns the land. One woman I talked with has lived in the trailer park for years.
Violations will be issued and lease non-renewals may occur. So they're saying that they may fine you if you don't comply with this.
It turns out the people living in the trailer park had to sign a community guidelines agreement along
Oh, they signed it. Oh, jeez.
with their lease. It states on page 5 that all window AC units are not allowed.
They won't tell you why they want us to take them out. You know, I know that they want to make the park look nicer, but they're trying to do it at the expense of people's health. And that's not right.
And as the summer heat ramps up, the company is moving forward with enforcing that policy.
We got elderly people that live in here, sick people that live in here, and they could die. I mean, some people that's never lived in a trailer, they don't understand how hot it's like living in a tin can.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and my doctor physically wrote me a doctor's note that I have to have an AC unit in my trailer.
Another person who lives in the trailer park shared a copy of a letter with me dated on March 14th of this year. It says, no window AC units are allowed as of May 1st. Please plan accordingly. But the women I talked with say they don't have other options.
I would love to have central air, but I can't afford it.
I asked the women why they believe the company won't allow window AC units.
Central air.
They say Countryside Village is trying to force them out.
I think that they would like to push us that have the older trailers out.
Okay.
So that they can tear them down, and because they get more money off the new trailers. It's like nobody wants to listen to us.
Well,
you call corporate,
yep.
They don't listen.
I
Corporate-
also called
corporate trailer
but
park.
not before I went into the office at Countryside Village to ask why they won't allow window AC units.
I'm the community manager.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, you can call this number right there.
Okay, so you can't give any comment to the air conditioning situation?
Have a nice day.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. When I called the corporate number,
We have been experiencing higher than normal call volumes, but will attend to each call as quickly as we can.
I was sent to voicemail and left a message. Meanwhile, people living at Countryside Village are dreading July 1st.
This is the beginning of summer, and, you know,
I
people
like this
will
boob
die.
shot, this mid-level sag boob shot is really,
I
that's
reached out to the
the
mayor's office in
that's the
South Bend.
camera right there, that's the one. So, you know, ACs, you know what I mean? Alright, what's this? Gay shit? Pride is over, pride is over. So there wasn't supposed to be a pride here, and they done had one. Okay? There's a ban on pride in Budapest. Okay? And they still had one.
Love is more important than power. Everyone
Wow.
came out to protest, and it is for freedom.
Look at the gays. Look at the gays. See all the gays? Great. Okay. There you go. The gays, it's over. The gays, okay? The gays, they're winning. See that? The gays are winning. This guy won. Mr. 9/11 buddies with 9/11. Mr. 9/11 himself. He won. The gays are winning. Nux. Asmon. I thought we had power right now. Under Mr. Trumpo Dumpo. Where's all of our power if 9/11 is winning? 9/11 took New York.
Good morning, everyone. It is
9/11 took New York. 9/11 took New York. What's with all this fucking Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton, Al Sharpton? Like, who gives a fuck, dude?
a pleasure to be
Al Sharpton.
many
Al Sharpton.
to me. Victory for a politics.
Globalize the Intifada is what this guy says. Okay, what does that mean, folks? What does that mean? Let's just pick any random. What does that mean? How about this chick? This chick, right?
People rallying in support of Palestine are calling to globalize the Intifada. Well, what is an Intifada? term intifada is an Arabic word that translates to uprising or shaking off. There have been 2 intifadas in history: Palestinian uprisings against Israel and its policies in the West Bank and Gaza. Both were characterized by severe violence, and both targeted Israeli soldiers and civilians indiscriminately. It was during the first intifada, starting in 1987, that the Palestinian terrorist group Hamas was founded and wrote its charter with the aim to kill Jews and eradicate the Jewish state. The second intifada, starting in 2000, included suicide bombings by terrorist groups, including Hamas. The suicide bombings targeted nightclubs, restaurants, bus stops, and all parts of Israeli society. Nearly 1,000 Israelis were killed or injured by these terror attacks. When you hear "globalize the intifada" at protests or on social media, this chant is calling for Jews in your country, your city, and your neighborhood to be attacked.
Yeah, that's exactly what, yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yep. So, New York. At New York. So, New York. Should I just like hashtag? Hashtag New York. Okay, bro. So,
Go.
No. How do we? I want to hear like the Zohan. The Zohan. Yeah, that's the one. There you go.
This is not just terrible for Israelis and for the Jewish community. This is terrible for Americans. Let me start with the first thing that to me is the most violent and the most vile, which is his whitewashing of what intifada is about. So he keeps saying that globalized intifada means something else for different people. That is not true. I have lived through 2 intifadas. I know exactly what they mean. An intifada means a violent uprising against the Jews. It means car bombing and bus bombing and ramming through people with cars. It means stabbing and shooting. That's what that means. And to globalize that means to take into America and into Western civilization what we have been through in the Middle East. This is not just
Western civilization.
The phrase globalized intifada, from the river to the sea, does that make you uncomfortable?
You know, I know people for whom those things mean very different things.
From the river to the sea as well, straight up just anti-Semitic. It just means like remove that entirety from the river to the sea. Like, real blatant. It means different things to different people. Amazing.
And to me, ultimately, what I hear in so many is a desperate desire for equality and equal rights.
The phrase globalized intifada, from the river to the sea, does that make you uncomfortable?
You know, I know people for whom...
Oh, that was the whole clip. Wow. So anyways, there's the thing. There it is. And there it is. We're asmoning, right? And there it is. And there it is. So, I mean, don't globalize that thing. And, yeah, looks like they won. They won New York. Like, the terrorists took New York. You want to see what the terrorists do? Don't watch. 3, 2, you're going to see a half-dead body here. I don't know if this is going to be 18 plus or whatever. Should I not even play it? Should I not even play it? Okay, here, let's just go to, like, the crying faces, okay? Okay, let's not show it. Let's not show it. He might as well just be beating the old woman right now. At least it's Nike and not Adidas, you know what I mean? Okay, that looks like kind of death. That looks like kind of death. These look like kind of death situations. Yeah, see all the people gather around, like, you know, the death. There's a lot of death. So 19 killed as Israel opens fire near Gaza aid distribution point. Officials and witnesses. Great. People killed in Rafah, according to local hospital and the Strip's health ministry. Witnesses said Israeli troops started firing as thousands of Palestinian massed at the charcuterie tray, right? And several hundred meters away or some shit. Great. Okay, what else? Aid distribution, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. So it looks like they just fucking tried to steal the truck or some shit. Oops. So, well, they were approaching in a suspicious manner. So they opened fire on them. They were very suspiciously approaching. Okay. Because they're supposed to get in the line, and instead of they're suspiciously approaching. But that's the thing, like, if you've also seen it, they will just take the truck and destroy the truck so people can't get the food on both sides because it's Houthis, Hamas, etc. that work on behalf of this quote-unquote Palestinian shit. And there you go. They kind of kill their own people for that obfuscation bullshit. It's all a bunch of lies and crap over there. So the warlord gets between the chicken nugget, okay? Right. Learn the analogy.
What was Emmer talking?
Well, reacts are a little scary
What's this?
because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes. Or it's people that like maliciously react, like they react.
Isn't it crazy how Emeru knows about this, but all the people against Ethan don't know about this? It's probably because she watched the video for 5 minutes. This obvious nuance is just totally lost.
Right.
Watch me so that they don't get any views. Like, yeah, you.
She's
can't
fine.
do that.
She's fine.
Yeah, you're courting disaster. It's crazy. Even she understands this. She probably watched half the video.
Just for a bit of context, this is obviously about H3's lawsuit against people who went out of their way saying they were...
Bork. Let's join her. Let's join Casey Tron.
Views, something that has now been covered by many lawtubers as well.
And settle with them. If you settle with them, maybe you can save your ass and save yourself some embarrassment.
So surely this completely and totally mild take by Emiru can't possibly have caused any drama.
Woman who hangs out with every rapist she meets. I think Israelis are fine.
60,000 likes.
Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes.
The H3 Snark and Lefty Twitter are set their sights on Emeru. Emeru is the same girl that sometimes does a Nazi salute because it's edgy. Emeru does a Nazi salute. And this is the thing, is that these are the people that useful little token she is. I just want you to see that, like, anything that these people do, these people are abusive, they're bully.
Sorry. It's your own people. Now, okay, so we're doing a little thing here, right? Okay. Okay. So next gen idiots. Okay. Trans people, supposed trans people. I don't even believe you at a point. This stands for Death to America. This stands to only available in America. You can only be this in America, and this is Death of America. Okay? This, I don't know, that person's confused. They're an idiot. Just like you, and you, and you, and you, and you. They're all confused idiots. Now, I used to be one of you, a confused idiot. I didn't have one of these in my thing, but I was definitely a confused fucking idiot. Okay? Right. And now, oh look, another confused idiot. See? Confused idiot point. I voted for her. I'm a confused idiot, okay? But now, I have seen the light, folks. I have seen the light, and I can see what globalize the intifada means. I can understand what from the river to the sea might suggest. I can understand that you are stupid, and you're on the side of terrorism. And terrorism says trans people and gay people should be fucking murdered immediately. That's what trans fucking people are to the Middle East. Just dirt, yet to be joined with the sand that doth surroundeth. So, if you really want to be trans, go over there, and they'll give you your operation by literally mutilating your fucking cock. They'll rip your fucking cock off and shove you in the middle of the street while people rape you to death. Whatever remains of your fucking corpse, your husk, as you fucking bleed out down your legs like a fucking one of the many virgins that they wish they had. Right? Right. If you're a family member, they'll kill you in your own house. It's an honor killing then. You know, at least they'll kill you in the house. But if you're not part of the family member thing, then they're just gonna fucking send you to the streets, send you to the wolves. So just die, bleed out, death, get raped, fucked, get shot in the fucking head, whatever. Who cares? So that's like literally what happens. We've grokked it. We've grokked it before. We don't need to do it again. So yeah, Sharia law. Wow. Sharia law. So if you guys want to live with like Sharia law, that's cool. Go to the Middle East. You're a woman, you better cover up. Don't let them ever know that you're white. Colonizer. Yeah. Dumbass. So that's it. You're all idiots. I can't mansplain to a bunch of trans people because they think they know more than I do, because they don't want to accept the role of what a woman should do. Just shut the fuck up and learn your place and be lesser. I'm kidding, but you know, like we're in Stupidville is the point. We're in Stupidville. And when you're so dumb that you're wishing for your own male loneliness statistic, you want suicide by terrorism. I've already been over this. This is my bit. You want suicide by terrorism, and I don't want to die because of your fucking sui by cop. You know, I'm not one of your hostages. I don't like that. So I'm gonna be one of your hostages. You get it? In that way, either. Anytime I represent a thing, there's 1,000 fucking reasons why. There's 1,000 fucking spit. I can think of more reasons why I'm spit. We're not here for that shit. I'm also kind of snot dragon. Anyway, I mentioned that a lot, but I'm snot dragon. So fuck this shit. That's about it, dude. Like, I don't understand how you can't see that. Do you need to look up Hamas, Houthis, Palestinian, blah, 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 beliefs on, like, gay people, how they treat, etc.? The only thing that does any kind of is Israel over there. The only place that's pro-gay people over there is Israel. It's the only one that does the Western culture. It's the only one that does the gay people shit. Everything outside of that, Yemen, Palestine, all wants to fucking kill. This is not propaganda. This is how the land works, the culture, the people. Hello? Hello? I don't know why I'm the bad guy for pointing out, like, stuff like this. This is where I can't be a left-winger these days, because the Democrats have been taken over by this extreme progressivism shit, just like the right-wingers have been taken over by the Tea Partyists, extremists. So, where's the middle ground? Where's the normal America? I can't be right-wing. I'm sorry. You guys are just as crazy. So, where do we stop? Where do we stop? Where do we start? There's a lot of obvious places on where we should start. One of them is not letting these third world shit entities be one of our major concerns. Two, one of our major concerns. Three, one of our major concerns. There's a lot of fake news out there. Yeah, a lot of fake news. A lot of fake news, folks. A lot of fake news on both sides. Both sides. So you gotta make the decision. You gotta make the decision in life. Are you hot dog or donut? Which one? Hot dog or donut? If you pick both, you're getting a bullet to the head. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. It's that whole scenario. Do you believe in God or not? Okay? It's the, make a decision. You can't not make the decision. Please, make a decision. I don't want to be your suicide by terrorism. I'm not here for that. So until then, I will stand here and wave my American flag and say, we could still be cross-dressing fucking weirdos who believe in like some kind of middle ground fucking normal America without being some extremist fucking trans person for some kind of Russian agenda to destroy America propaganda bullshit. I don't need to be one of these dissension statistics. As much as you're willing to mentally give in to that notion, I don't even think these people are real. And I think that's what makes me in that field of superiority, because 25% of these people are fucking entirely what I just mentioned, like Russian anti-ops, fucking rich kids, fucking like everybody's trying to avidly practice the destruction of America. The college campuses have indeed been radicalized by these same like gay rich ops kids. And it goes down to pirate software, gay rich ops kids, as much as it goes down to any weird Rushki that they might have a thing for. Or any weird Australian person that they might have a thing for, etc. Right. Now we're starting to get into real furry nature. You want to talk about what the otters make deals for? You want to talk what the otters make deals for? I'm the Alex Jones of the left. Hello, folks. You want to talk what the seals make deals on wheels with the bangiels? That's right. Have you ever met a... I'm trying to scroll for a really good, like, combo. Have you ever met a Shinx in a nightclub? Have you ever been in a hot tub with a jaguar? You ever been to a penguin birthday? A penguin birthday at the top of the Seattle Space Needle. His name was Jameski. That's right, I've been to a Jameski birthday party. So we live in a strange world, especially when it comes down to the things we've done within it. Very strange indeed. So this, the strangest concept of all. Do we acknowledge these creatures as truthful beings? And if so, what does that mean for our country? So far, we're losing our dearest New York. One of our most American fucking bastions of like truth and coolness and mafia mob rule and genuine fucking like values. Our fucking bitch with the thing. Gone to the radicals. Gone to terrorism. They took 9/11, 9/11, they took the towers. 9/11, they took the towers. 20 years later, they took our hearts. Mamam Shabai, they yelled, Mamam Shabai, Mamam Shabai. And we rise as we lose our country. And when are we to be fed to the alligators below as they cut at the bridge that supports everything that we are? Splash into the water. Go the others' bodies. Splash. Will we be one of them? Will we be one of them? Or will we climb, succeed, and grab that magic orb and save the village? Will we save the village? Only time will tell. Seriously though, this is ops. Weird fucking ops. I don't want suicide by terrorism, okay? Despite our fucking greatest fucking movie of that trilogy. Anyways, despite fucking suicide by terrorism, okay? I'm not here for your suicide by terrorism. This is how I lost my last account on X. Gay people. Terrorists that you vote for. Hamas, Hassan, piker, Houthis, Hezbollah think that gay and trans people are to be murdered on the spot. I composed this in a small tweet saying, "You are next, you are next. They will kill you after they take our country. They will fucking kill you." And I don't know how you don't understand that. And it's a damn shame that you don't. And just trying to express that for the purposes of trying to save you, trying to make you understand, I got my own account clapped. And it's always things that I say. They get my stuff hit. Nobody else seems to have the same shadow ban power above their fucking head every time they speak. But yet there it is, stopping me from telling people the truth of our reality. Laura Loomer. I understand you. I love you, Laura Loomer. In a crazy way. In a way that we are both in the same dirt pit in this tech war, and they're clapping us from some direction and we can't even fucking tell. And it's those goddamn libtard trans nepo babies from fucking California with their fucking Vice bullshit and their goddamn minor fucking hackers from North and South Carolina, fucking school failure fucking Hassan Piker orbiters. It's all the same shit. It's all connected at a point. So blank says Israel? That makes no sense. They're one of our allies. Even if Trump wants to spurn half of them, those are still one of our fucking allies. And again, in the Middle East, it's the only place that stands for a place that would let you live as a transsexual, as a gay, as a this, as a that. The only place that would let you live over there is Israel. So it's amazing that you're fighting directly against that. And to me, it just says ops, 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 ops. You're directly opposing the thing. You're obvious. And you're either a fucking idiot, a useful, dumb fucking idiot, and proud of it even, or you're fucking ops. Regardless, you're a shit human being. Grow the fuck up. Make your own opinion. You're a dumb bitch. You're all a bunch of stands to a bunch of fucking stand users who are far superior to you. You can't even tell you're being puppeted. You're dumb. You're shit. Some stand users, their stands are just too easy. So go blow up. Go fucking... It's one of those stand users. I have 1 million of these things that I just send out. And they go... They call them suicide bombers. And they go... Durka, Durka, Muhammad Jihad. And then they go... And they blow up. That's my stand. I am Avdol. Now I just made it fucking... It's Avdol. It would be Avdol. I'm kidding. Abdul. You guys know him as Abdul because you listen to the English one because you're fucking stupid. Oh yeah, am I a little bit of a weeaboo type? Yeah, shut up. You see the shape, okay? If I put this back in a ponytail, bang. That was perfect too. I'm a little fat right now. Done. We're not here for that. Terrorism, suicide by cop terrorism, suicide by terrorism, suicide by terrorist takeover of our country. So, suicide by terrorist takeover of our country. That's it. Like, I'm going to keep emphasizing that if I don't move on.
They want to gang up on people and push them around. I think, again, the best way to approach this stuff is to just call it out immediately and just say how ridiculous it is.
Thank you.
When they go after attacking somebody like Emaru for saying that, maybe it's not a good idea to react to somebody's video and say actively that you're breaking fair use, right?
Anyway.
Like, this is the most basic take that you can possibly have. They're going to act like this is somehow, like, Nazi adjacent. These people have lost their fucking minds, and they're embarrassing themselves.
They're going to join a rape gang. Rape gang. They're gonna join a rape gang. You're next, they say. When they join the rape gang, you're next. They say. When they join the rape game. Rape game. Rape game. Hamathusi's Hezbollah rape game. Rape game. Hamathusi's Hezbollah rape game from Turkey. I hate Israel. My name is Hassan Piker and I'm gonna rape a girl, yeah. I mean, my name is not Hassan Piker, it's Muhammad. Oh, rape gang, rape gang. We're gonna make a rape gang. AK today. Rape gang, rape gang, rape gang. The last time I smiled was October 7th when we shot a bunch of fuckers and sent them to Muhammad's jihadist heaven. Fucking Jahannam was waiting there for them instead because they were part of a different religion. Rape gang, rape gang. I'm gonna join the rape gang. Rape gang, rape gang. I'm gonna join the rape gang. We got motorcycles and a lot of whatever ammo. Allah would be proud because I'm wearing camo. Let's see. I forgot to bring the pizza. That's okay. I got a lot of cookies in my bag anyway. Oh, rape gang, rape gang. Da, na, 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 na. I'm gonna join the rape gang. Praise Allah. Rape gang, rape gang. Da, na, 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 na. This is Muhammad and this is a pig.
Well, the crazy thing is, here in Big 2025, it appears that in the competition of competitive racism, a first-degree murderer, alleged first-degree murderer, Carmelo Anthony, has been called into court after caught lying, and the paperwork was already debunked. And his strongest defense for why he shouldn't go to prison for 17 years was completely dismantled and debunked. Let's see what's going on here. I'll be real, guys. I think murderers should be punished. And guys, I also think that killing someone is far worse than saying the N-word. Completely unrelated cases, but in case you don't know,
I mean, yeah.
there was a GoFundMe of a white woman who said
unrelated,
the
not even
and there was a
necessary in
GoFundMe
this
for
case.
a fucking murderer.
Yep,
which
we get
was
it.
just a little bit of white and black competitive racism. How
Right,
fun
right.
is 2025? Woo!
So cool.
Carmelo Anthony kills a high schooler, a twin brother, stabs him to death.
Rape gang, race gang, race gang.
In his brother's
I'm
arms
gonna
because
join the
allegedly
race gang.
Carmelo Anthony was caught stealing.
It's a new single
and he
coming
brought a knife
soon.
to
It's a
school,
sequel.
and
It's
he
a sequel
premeditated
single.
doing this. He wasn't in the
Race
proper area.
gang,
He was
race
supposed to be in.
gang.
Some white kid said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," so he responded by stabbing them to death.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see the live. Let's see the debunking.
Well, and cheering from the quartering, and the Carmelo Anthony updates are coming fast and furiously.
Great.
I already have probably
Name of my sex tape. Coming fast and furiously.
third update that I'm either trying to get out
Carmelo.
today or first thing Monday morning. As there's a new cash grab scam
Gross.
running around the Carmelo Fund. But
Oh, that's
this
fun.
is crazy. If you enjoy the Carmelo Anthony cover.
Listen, I understand black people wanting to build black people up. Maybe we draw the line at supporting black people for murderers. Yeah, maybe we stop saying, "Oh, we love you because you're black," even though you're a fucking murderer. Maybe we don't do that. Thoughts?
Rich, please do leave a like on the video and.
But he murdered a white person, so you know.
If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. I thought I wouldn't have.
Calling me every slur in the book, coming up, punching me in the balls, and
Everybody's really racist these days. Okay, what is this?
So stereotypical, it was nuts. And I didn't know it was stereotypical until right now. They had a boxer, that was a little bit different.
$dollars and
Okay, this sounds like a fun story. What is this?
Little kid, Jamal, little fucking Jamal. Oh my God, so fucking annoying. Calling me every slur in the book, coming up, punching me in the balls, and running away because he knew he was faster. Bro, Jamal was such a piece of shit, but he had an Xbox 360. My dad felt bad because honestly, my dad was, let's just be real, my dad was an absent parent. I barely hung around my dad. Let me actually rephrase that. I almost never spent any time with my father, ever.
Okay.
I never really liked my father. We only got on speaking terms probably like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
But my dad at least gave Nancy like a fucking fat-ass check for taking care of me for all those years.
He does seem like a mom's kind of guy, you know, like a raised by the woman, you know.
Filed
Love
copy
Texas.
of the indictment. Now, the reason this filed
He's a good dude.
copy is important is because there was a lot of misinformation. There were people saying it was a cleat sharpener. There were people saying it was not a knife. There were people saying, and I
No, it's like a big
claiming
death knife.
It was not a knife, and then it was court to come.
Really?
We'll see.
Oh, so it's confirmed.
Obviously, you see Carmelo, Anthony Carmelo Sincere, first degree felony, case number, agency number. That's all like whatever, you know.
Okay.
Then and there, intentionally and knowingly caused the death of an individual.
Do I get to see the knife?
Austin Metcalf by stabbing him with a knife,
Oh,
a deadly weapon. So
shit!
there's a lot in that sentence that we need to talk about. First, again, the fact that it said knife.
I think all the money raised for Carmelo Anthony, the 1.6, 1.7
Should all be turned over and
should
fucking
go directly to his victims.
Right,
All of
right.
it. I don't think that any of it should be refunded to the people who donated. I think it should go directly to his victims.
That's very funny. I like that. I like that a lot.
No mention of any kind of
That's
self-defense,
huge.
any kind of defense or anything like
If
that.
he's convicted, the family
but
should sue
Every
for
right
it.
to say that.
I hope this helps
Fucking
clear up the
devastating.
confusion and arguments regarding where Carmelo
What
was
is that?
supposed
You know
to
what I
be
mean?
on that fateful day. Track team members are not to be under the opposing team's tent. In my opinion, we may see this get very, very spicy.
Oh yeah.
There may be some premeditation here.
Who's
I have
not them
no
hairs?
evidence of that. None whatsoever.
Well, why else would a kid be bringing a
You know?
knife to school?
To stab.
Like, no kid should be bringing a fucking knife to school. That's insane.
Sometimes you just gotta stab
Depending on
some.
things,
Right?
You know, as they come in and funneling it to you with, you know, I try to be.
What is the knife?
Because they seem like a loser.
Going on. But the internet is so pathetic to inject their own politics into everything. Now, rather than mourning the loss of an innocent child, we're saying, yeah, but black people have been treated so bad for years. Honestly, the white kid deserved it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, well, this white chick said the hard R, so Austin Metcalf, he just
Well, even if the white track kid said the hard R, to come back with like a knife blade is inappropriate. Like, you punch his fucking face or whatever the fuck, you know, gang up on him with 8-1, but don't like fucking this. Don't just murder him. That's kind of don't just murder him. What the fuck? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a boys will be boys, and then there's a yeah, but that kid fucking killed him. So instead of you know, and Trump the other day was like, oh yeah, you just let him fight it out. Just let him fight it out for a minute or two. What if instead of fighting it out for a minute or two, the kid just stabs the other kid in the heart and just fucking kills him? He slits his throat just for funsies. What if he just does that? Okay, what then? Trump. What then, Trump? Okay? Okay, great. Anyways, one could argue that's what Israel tried to do to fucking... Right. Shh. One could argue. Not me, though.
Look at this other post. The state of World of Warcraft. What is
Oh,
this?
so this is actually Grum's reposted, and eventually Asmon figured it out. So, Grum's...
Wow.
Stop this! He sold us out, so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Kazalgal. You'll never understand. For Erethdor! The Red Dawn will rise again.
No! Do not make her a martyr. Our history will read Faerun, true daughter of the Arathi, allowed Meryn to live without her title and name.
This is not over.
Jesus Christ, Blizzard. Just read his name.
It's over. We had a really good run. We did.
Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We instantly knew the game was cooked when Chris said this almost a year ago.
I'll break it down. When I came back, I'm like, all right, let's go. World of Warcraft. Having strong ideas and kind of saying, like, I want to go this way. So as I came back in, woohoo, the development process and even the conceptualizing really had become much more democratized. It created all sorts of complexities.
It's over. What the fuck are we doing here? What is this? This is so weird. Like, you've got Khadgar. This guy is a fucking archmage, the most powerful mage in all of Azeroth. Outmaneuvered the Guardian of Tirisfal, and he's going around on a wheelchair? This is crazy. Like, what is this? This is so fucking embarrassingly pathetic, sad, and lame. I don't even know what to say. It is embarrassing how bad this is. I don't know what the hell happened, guys.
Democratize.
Democratize. Yeah, I got nothing. I was like, all this scene was missing was a lesbian makeout moment. Right there. They should have just fucking blah, 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 right? But that's what the democratization or whatever, right? That's what they want to see. Okay. Wait, it's right. Where is it? It's right there. Yeah, right there. Kiss it out, guys. Kiss it out.
So the Alliance and Horde could wage war in
Right there, right there. See it? Just drop your guard, just let her tackle you and make out right there on the battlefield. There you go. Oh, that's just me saying that as a man, as a gross drooling man. Whatever. Shut up. See? You don't think that way because I'm dressed like this.
Sad and lame. I don't
even... So they just make out right there. Mwah.
Know what to say. It is embarrassing how bad this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened, guys.
The lesbians. Democratization.
$7.1 million, the amount just awarded to a Metro woman who sued a local tow company.
Fox Sports had details for years with predatory
That's a lot of money.
problems, particularly in Kansas City, Missouri. Tonight, that woman's lawyer has a clear
That's a lot of money.
Fox Sports' Malik Jackson joins us from the Jackson County Courthouse. Malik, we've seen elected officials...
Get to it.
Tacos and a lot that
Tacos.
used to be abandoned. There were no signs saying don't park, but when she came back out, her food truck, her livelihood was gone.
They towed the truck after 30 minutes. They towed it illegally.
If she wanted it back, they were going to charge her thousands of dollars. Over the next 2 years, they kept her truck and even began transferring it out of her name and into theirs.
What? Successful. They had her truck for 699 days.
She filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office, then hired lawyers who were ready to down. So this business is still operating.
Message to back.
Lauren, that's $7 million. That's a victory in and of itself.
In and of itself.
They said, it's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen anywhere.
And now you go to the tow company's office.
Hanny's Trucking and Tow. Let's see what the fuck these guys look like. Haney's Trucking and Tow. Did I spell it wrong? No. Oh, there we go. It's just one location. There you go, little Haney. Let's wait until I see a white arm on that door. Is that it? No. Where's that white arm? Where's that white arm? Where's that white arm rocking around in there? Who's in there? Nobody's in there. Get in the truck. In the truck. Get in the truck. Get in the truck. Get in there. Get in there. Get in the truck now. There you go now. Yeah, you get right in there. Yeah, you get in the truck it. Okay. I appreciate you, honey boo.
What is up? Y'all know this thunder blizzard is really going on in Missouri and Kansas. Just ask Alana. She has been traveling since last night and the ice storms and everything else. She is now in Kansas City, Missouri. And let me tell you, I want to shout out this towing company. Alana had got a cock hair out of the track. She ended up sliding down into a ditch. Her and the car and Draylon and the dogs are fine. But this towing company was amazing. Haney
What?
Trucking and Towing in
Okay.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
I want to say thank you. You didn't know who we were. You were very friendly. You were very affordable, and you were very fast. Within an hour and a half he was there, he charged her $154. He went 50 miles from her and didn't even bat an eye. Called her multiple times. Alana had called multiple other companies. They were super expensive. 7-hour minimum, or maybe tomorrow getting off the side of the road. She was on 435, exit 45 north she could see. But anyway, if y'all know the area, now she is safe at a rest area and going to try it again tomorrow to try to make it home to Colorado. But again, thank you to Haney's for rescuing my daughter off the side of the road when we knew nobody in Kansas City, Missouri.
That's great. That's great. People are just like, she can stay here if she wants. I live in the area, you know. Does she need to be here tonight? I can make room on the couch. I'll just have to put Baxter in the bathroom for the night. He won't mind.
That's why they needed extra help.
Is that your dog? No. Baxter's not my dog.
New information for you. A judge told a murder suspect he now needs $1 million to get
Oh.
out of jail.
Oh, okay.
Deputies said
A woman hit and killed by machete while riding a motorcycle. Jesus Christ.
he had a machete.
What?
Slashed a woman's leg and she died.
What?
Center 7's John Bedell live
A leg,
in Preble County.
and then death?
It's been all afternoon. John, you talked with investigators today.
I don't believe you.
As deputies.
Damn.
Leah Huff lived in Middletown. On Sunday night, deputies told me she was with a man she knew at his friend's house near
Wow.
a motorcycle for the drive back to his home in Eaton. Sheriff Mike Simpson told us what happened just minutes later.
Suspect ran down the driveway, confronted this motorcycle, and struck the passenger.
The passenger was Huff, and deputies say the suspect, Kenneth Brabant, slashed her with a machete when the motorcycle
Jesus.
drove by his home on Upper Somers Road.
They're
With
just
Huff-
waiting. So it's these old, weird, like right-wingy psycho types who want that Civil War shit. They're the ones begging for it. Don't let them walk around, try to murder you, bully you, etc. They'll kill you because they're fucking crazy. And they've been waiting for that like moment to kill just for any reason. They're not really directed well. Yeah, good stuff. Watch out for the crazies. You saw them, okay? If I look like that in 50 years, watch out for me. Because I'll be a zombie in 50 years. I ain't gonna live that long, buddy.
Bleeding badly, the man drove
90?
back to his friend's house when they called
91 or
911.
some shit? That would be
Cruiser cam
hellish.
video shows
Oof.
deputies responding.
I don't think I'll live that long, honestly. Hey, look at all this
Deputies
shit in the yard.
investigated, and
Cool.
they found that 5 minutes
Dude.
before that 911 call, Brabant's daughter made this call to dispatchers.
My ex is running up and down the road on his motorcycle, revving it up, trying to get my dad to come out.
Oh, wow.
My dad is outside.
Judge for the first
There
time
he is.
Wednesday.
Oh, I'm sick. Sorry.
What?
Please do not get into the facts of your case.
The sheriff told me the suspect and the victim did not know each other.
And a complete stranger. Complete stranger, yeah. They don't know. Yeah.
Court today, no comment. A judge told him if he comes up with the money to get out of jail, he'll be on house arrest with a GPS ankle.
Wow. I'm telling you, they're just crazy. They're just ready to go. They're just fucking crazy. What's this now? So, okay, I don't know. What's even next, guys? I don't want to hear Trump.
The border are
I listened to enough of this on the way up here.
0 now.
Zero. Does everyone hear that?
Do you accept President Trump?
Who's that? I like him. I like him.
It's so easy. It's so easy. Just compliment Mr. President a little bit and he'll just...
Party of Donald Trump.
Murderers.
People, jails being emptied out into Venezuela, emptied out almost its entire prison population into our country. But I don't want to blame them. Many countries have done that. The Congo, we have a great
The
press
Congo.
conference coming up later.
Oh, yeah, we saw the Congo
I mean,
thing.
people are
We
saying
saw
it
the
takes a
Congo
lot.
thing.
It's the only country in the Middle East that increased the number of Christians. The population actually increased. Every other country had decreased. Checking Trump's statement, 17.8% of U.S. presidents died in office. Yeah, but he said assassinated. He didn't say died in office.
Good wording. Wording is wording. Very important.
family that
Metallica
says
saved
they
my
were
life.
saved by heavy metal. Just this month, Metallica was rocking with
Okay.
thousands of fans over at Lane
1
Stadium.
month ago.
And
This is
now
too
one
late.
family
This
is
is
calling
old.
that
This is
concert
old news.
life-saving.
I'm sorry.
WDBJ7's Austin Hicks tells us that even
This is
though
old
they didn't
news.
get to see the band in person, the show put them in that right place at the right time.
Hi, James, Lars, Kirk, and Robert. My name is Madeline McKee. I'm 14 and in
I
the
missed
8th
your
grade in
show.
Virginia.
Meet Madeline, a
'Cause I
14-year-old
died
Metallica fan who was
at your
introduced to the
show.
rock and roll superstars through her father and a popular TV series.
Actually started, my dad used to listen to it a lot when I was younger, and then when Stranger Things, like season 4 had came out, they had
Yeah.
Eddie playing Master of Puppets,
That
and
was
that was
great.
mostly when it started like a lot more for me.
Yeah.
Madeline wanted nothing more than to see Metallica live. However, that dream faded to black when a driver slammed into her
What
home
the
at
fuck?
2 a.m. the day of the
Okay.
concert.
Do you want to sit up? And he was like, nah, I think I'm just going to go on to bed. And I said, okay, I'll go on to bed too. And then just a few hours later, we heard a loud explosion, glass shatter, and
The
it
fuck?
was just madness from that point on.
Normally, Madeline's parents would be up watching TV in the living room, but that night they decided to hit the bed early to prepare to see Metallica the next day.
Okay.
A decision that may have saved their lives.
We were so fortunate that that night my daughter could have walked down that hallway and found us in the rubble. And, you know, I thank God every day and Metallica for saving us, because that's exactly what did it.
After processing the damages to her home, Madeline felt compelled to reach out to the band, typing this letter.
You saved my parents' lives. I will be forever grateful. Good luck with the rest of your tour and hope to see you on the road. Sincerely, Maddie McKee.
Madeline's parents say they hope they can move back into their home in 6 months. In Goodview, Austin Hicks, WDBJ7.
Great.
Maybe you're wondering, why is he wearing that cool hat? It's because the tech overlords are listening. Now I can finally say, Google Schmoogle. What are you
Cool
gonna do,
Gundam.
Google? You're
It's a
completely
Gundam.
powerless now. What's that? Google owns YouTube? I would Google that, but I literally can't. What are they gonna do? Censor this video? Demonetize it? Bury it under the algorithm so no one can find it? You're completely powerless, Google. You got nothing on me. So the past couple of weeks, I've completely de-Googled. I don't use any of Google's so-called free services, except YouTube. I literally can't escape. It's surprisingly hot to wear a tinfoil hat. I don't know if you guys knew this.
Okay.
Well, you never worn a tinfoil hat before?
No.
Now, this all started because of privacy concerns. Being tracked with it, literally everything I do just feels kind of odd. Mainly because I wanted to also regain control over my software. And not to be at mercy of what the tech overlords decide to do just one day. But most importantly, I don't want to pay 20 bucks a year for 100 gigabyte storage. Not happening.
Okay.
I realized since swapping to Linux, my life has just been going upwards. I'm practically ascending next step. But I realized there's always an open source alternative, and a lot of times they're better. They just don't have $1 billion budget to market themselves. So I went down the de-Google rabbit hole, and I want to share what I learned, because by the end of this, once you know what I know, bro, you're gonna want one of these cool hats as
boy.
well.
I don't know
So
if
let's
I
go
want
through the
that, though.
de-Googleization. I want to be honest and share what I
I know if I
apparently up
want
until
that. I don't know
2017,
if I
that's
want
when they
that.
stopped scanning your emails to serve you ads. So now Gmail is a little less creepy, you
I
know,
know if I
but
want that.
if you think about it, it is probably the most invasive service that they run. Like, and there are free alternatives out there, like Proton. I haven't tried it out. I decided to send this bitch and get my own email. I paid a small fee. It was fiddly as hell. But at least people won't think I'm poor and have like Google Schmoogle in my ad domain. Number 4. With me de-Googling lately, I realize it's time for me to de something else. I don't want to say the joke. Anyway, I started working with G Fuel 6 years ago. G Fuel sponsor! Ah! We created the greatest flavor of all time, G Fuel Lingonberry.
Lingonberry is out and it's really, really good.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm so proud of this flavor.
Yuzu Slash.
Legendary moment. Yuzu Slash, baby.
Sour green PewDiePie. So many great memories. So many great slurps. So many great memes. But it's finally time to retire this guy. Sayonara, Jifu-san.
Okay.
Because we're introducing a new tub!
Oh, is that what that? This is just an
Awesome,
ad?
right?
I'm just adding right now.
That's just the reality of today. I
Oh,
thought
boy.
I was
Oh,
so
boy.
smart. I was like, okay, fine.
picture of a
I don't need to
phone.
do this. I'm running
That's a
Linux.
thing.
I downloaded a
You're
backup.
talking
I
about
made it
Linux
into an
again.
HTML.
Got
Goddamn
tattoos.
subscription fees. I
Look
feel
at
like
all
I'm
that.
spoon.
Yeah, I don't have money for
This
all
is
that
a
shit,
vibe, man. Every time I see it, I'm happy. And not the
So-
fact that I like
so
using my
that's
Steam
cool.
Deck. It's
I
the
don't
fact
have
that I
money
can.
for all this shit, you know. So in order to de-Google, you gotta spend like, you know, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, you know, somewhere in there was dollars, a lot of dollars. You gotta spend a lot of dollars for that. Here he is.
Hello. This is an update and some announcements
Okay.
on the Stop Killing
Here he
Games
is, 50 minutes ago.
So I guess I was wrong in my last video about that one being the final update.
Uppity-duppity.
That one might still be the final edited update. There's only one thing I have planned, depending on how it goes. Beyond that, first off, thanks just to like 1 billion people for all the support it's gotten since I made that. It's really helped the campaign. I'm still behind on responding to everybody, but I'm pretty sure I'll get to most of it. Let's see.
Actual
so,
support.
Yeah, I'm splitting this video into 2 portions. This one's just
Okay.
going to be about Stop Killing Games stuff, and the other one, it's just random things. You don't have to worry about it. It won't be of importance. I'll try to take some
I want the other one.
live chat questions at the end of this.
Okay.
Or if I notice them, but I'm a poor multitasker.
There you go.
Okay, so I guess there was
There you go, there it is.
critique on
There
the
it
last
is.
video that I thought I should address.
Okay.
I kind of mentioned it in the video, but I wanted to be more clear about it.
You got it.
And that's why it took so long to make that.
All right.
I'm
doing the
main
Asmon.
reason is,
Okay.
well, one, I really don't like engaging in like, you know, call out drama, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But I
sure.
also saw it as a liability for the campaign because at that time I was talking to members of European Parliament. Later the BEUC, we had the GOG
Right.
deals going on. Then
Right.
much later the Heineken promotion.
Okay.
Now, it's like every time I would think that, okay, maybe I should come out and say this,
All
some
right,
new
yep.
opportunity or illusion of an opportunity
Okay.
would pop up that I
Yep.
thought, okay, I better back off.
Yeah, you
because,
better.
you know, if a major company is getting behind this,
Yep.
they don't want to see, you know, call out drama of
That's true.
YouTubers where they have like a reputation
That's true, yep, mhm.
there. So that's,
I see that. Yeah, that's a.
it was, it's
Yeah, that's
the
very
sort of
true.
thing where,
That's very true. I mean, if a company sees that there's drama attached to a project, they're not going to want to back the project because it'll seem very unprofessional.
I feel like once I started doing that,
That's called the Asmon. Did you see what I did there? You watch the video, you agree with it, and then you rephrase it exactly as it's already been stated. There you go. Good job.
that closes off other doors.
Hey,
You
you
know,
learned
it's like
it.
a one-way street.
Then you say, there it is. There it is.
Now, thankfully, that's opened up some other opportunities, but I didn't know that
Anyway,
at the time. And I was just trying to
so
make my best guess.
there you have it.
I kind of see, I really did enjoy making that video. I kind of see it as like dipping my toe into the dark side a bit, but
Yeah.
I think that's what was necessary for the campaign. And on that note, something I want to be clear about that people can clip this or whatever. While I do believe everything I said in there, at this point, the response to the last video I did has been so dramatic. I think we've effectively neutralized any kind of damage Thor did to the campaign in my eyes. So if we don't make it beyond this
What is
point,
this now?
it is not because of him. Like we've, I think it's just completely neutralized because
Oh.
the momentum we've got has been like what we got before that video
Was that a
came
will
out.
do? Ooh, I like
So,
that reply.
You know, people are saying, "Oh, blame
Okay.
him." Well, not anymore. We fixed that. So
So, and there you have it. And so, and there you go. And there you have it. And there it is. And there you go. And so, yep. Great. So I'm gonna go puff real quick, okay? I'm gonna puff real quick. And then I'll be back. And you're just gonna deal with my middle part, okay? So you can suck my fucking dick And I'll talk to you later. You're a stupid bitch. Okay. I hate you. Goodbye. You're a dumb cunt. Oh, the highlights even? Ooh, that's a good video. Yeah, let's do that actually. Fuck you. Good shit. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. Is there like a long play? Yeah, yeah. Goodbye. Bye. The future one? I don't want future. Nobody wants future, dude. Nobody wants future. Nobody wants future? Dude? Ain't nobody want that? Okay. I'll be back, okay? I'll be back. I'll be back, sorry. That was really loud. Alright, PRB.
Super brother, 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 super brother. Super brother, super brother, super brothers. Come over, let's get beat. Super boy, what to say for my success? You like my slow. Here's the lady, I'm a time and down. Love, baby. Who are you? What's your name? Super brother. Who are you? What's your name? Super brother.
Y'all ready to get funky?
The most important part of dance is music. So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
1, 2, 3.
But that was too soft.
That's that. Hi. Spit. Okay. So, I'm kind of like coming back from being half drunk yesterday. There we go. And normally I have like a nice like around the neck headphones. I can't really hear myself with these ones on, so anyway. I'm not sure which one this is. Anyway. Huh. Very nice, very nice. For some reason this is so Linktree/Spit Dragon. There you go. That one's a good one. I think that's in my about or whatever. This shit is my shit. There you go. And then that's my music. And some of it's real, some of it's not. And that's about it. My playlist has my one actual album right there, which is like a mix of, yeah, me and AI. Yeah. That's all my crap. Everything before, like, protest album, all this shit is all Mixcraft and Audacity and just like making weird shitty noises, sampling so traditional crappy loops that you've maybe heard, I don't know. Very fun. And then I put out like just a bunch of random AI shit the other day. That's the album. Sorry About Your Absol is really good. And then Liquid Pool of Time is fun. Limpid Pool of Time, that's a fun one. I do a couple of rap songs. Queen of the Sea is great. I'm like Ozzy in that one. Mystery of Cat Boxing. It's a fun song. Just, yeah. Ta-da. I made a video game, made an RPG. Ta-da. Get a bunch of shit. Blink.
Legal YouTubers and free speech.
Ah! And that's really loud. Great. So what was we doing? I'm half watching the Stop Killing Games thing, but
It's on us now if that happens.
So this is new.
Yeah, and also a little bit more on that. I'm not trying to persecute Thor. I just wanted to undo the damage to the campaign. We did it, so mission accomplished.
Oh, that's why it was so loud. There we go. Now I'm on it.
I did offer to have a discussion if he wants it, but I don't think he does. And to be honest, neither do I really, but I would if that helped, and I would be civil about it. So right now,
he clearly does not want to talk about it. I mean, with how he talked about it with Charles, he didn't leave him any umbrella of
and that's what I prefer.
Of kindness.
However, the last time I did that, he went on to
S/O to spit mechanical arm 100 points.
Bang, hello. Yes. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're checking out, he just made this, the Accursed Farms, Ross guy, just made this response like, I don't know, 14, somewhere 1 hour ago. There you go.
To make more videos about me.
You know, Charles McMoist and Asmon and all the others are talking about it soon. Here's the reply of a replier of a replier of a reply.
The movement that led to this whole chain reaction. So this time I'm more on guard.
Chain reaction, right.
But I also think this time a lot more people understand what we're doing.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about things becoming derailed the way I was.
If I was in the UK, I would have signed that fucking petition.
So that's my stance. I plan to just leave them alone. But I will defend my position if something so nuts happens. I feel I have to respond to it. But I'm really not anticipating that. From what I saw, he's mostly going over the points I addressed in the video or the video FAQ. So I feel like I've said my piece, you know. And
oh wow, this guy is stupid. This tilted person in the chat. Pirate Fraud was not actually against the initiative. He's very much against it. He's a rich kid who wants to own Blizzard for fucking ever. Like, he's Blizzard baby #1. He wants to own his live service forever and be able to, like, you know, foot the bill for his retirement and shit. Anyways, he goes on to say, simply hated Ross. He just hated Ross. That's it. Because Ross is a good guy who is talented. Fraud software is neither talented or liked. Therefore, everything he does, he have dones, was done out of envy. He have dones? That is... Whew, that's a language. Next person. A discussion between the two of you would have been amazing. I think it was better done before, or between him and Moist Critical, because Pirate was going to do this edgelord shit where he just tried to bump heads like a dick, and I think Charlie was more the appropriate person to be able to handle that type of, you know, rich kid tete-a-tete. I don't know if Ross is so much into place to, like, and it shouldn't be between him, because the initiative is between it. Let him scrap on the side as a bad faith fanboy for the opposition in their own little corner. Let them scrap it out. Him, don't get involved. He's the positive initiative, you know. So
for others, I also want to say I'm not.
I'm partly asmoning, because that's basically what he said already. Like, I'm not trying to get involved in the drama, right?
Trying to shut down discourse.
So, right, good example.
I may as well say this: if you're out there and disagree with the movement and you want to debate, I can do that, but I'm very busy and I'm campaigning. So I want a sizable audience if there's going to be a debate. Otherwise, I'll probably pass. So if we can have an audience of tens of thousands or more, great, let's do it. But if it's just 20 people, I'm just too busy for that now. I mean, maybe there's some debate channels that might want to host this sort of thing that could bring in a crowd. I don't know. And I say debate, but it could be more like a discussion, because I'll be civil. I won't be throwing around insults or trying to shout, trying to shout people down or anything like that.
Sippy dibby doo.
But, you know, it is an option, but there is kind of like a bar to clear if you want to debate me personally on a public crowd, that sort of thing. Because, again, I'm trying to campaign, you know.
That's my cup.
And hey, that makes it a little more high stakes, too, because...
Holographic.
You know, then If you have the opportunity to kill momentum in a fair and open way. If I just can't, counter your arguments, to the crowd. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and if you just still have like
Ross, whatever happens, you can return in the knowledge that you've done your best. If the initiative does not work, you probably think back and wonder what you could have done, or what you could have said, or should have done, should have done differently. But at every step of the way, you had made or will make the best decision, or is that you could have given on the information and experiences as you had at and or up to the time when, so that you then ask yourself, what could you have done now, or should you have done then differently? The answer is still not a damned. There is the nothing.
questions or need clarifications, I've been trying to stay on top of that too, but again, I'm delayed on responding to everybody.
6 months critical to, in the 6 months prior to Moist Critical's video, rather, the ECI just went from 400,000 to 4,600,000 or whatever, 60,000. Plus it's 620,000. There we go. In just 3 days after the video, plus 160,000. Bang! Random. Money, numbers, amounts. I can't really read numbers and money and amounts. There you go. Yeah, that's a good, okay.
On the note of debate,
that's my one special ed class.
Clarifying things, one person that reached out to me was actually a moderator of the politics subreddit.
Okay.
So I'd be invited on there for a possible Reddit Ask Me Anything.
Reddit is bad
if that happens,
faith,
I'll try and put a link on this when it goes up on YouTube in the description, but I'll probably have some post about that too.
I don't like that.
But I tend to do that. Sure, why not? That's one of those things where it might not do much, or it could help a lot without
Ross versus 20 devs. 20,
you'll have opportunities to ask questions for
that
too.
One. The chair one, where they jump at the chair
also,
and
if
shit.
you're not looking for a debate and if you do just want a discussion, or clarification or something, I'm still available to do interviews. Though for ones with a much smaller audience, those might get bumped towards the back.
Excuse me? Did I leave the fucking... Did I leave my phone? The screaming in my brain, I can hear the voices. They're screaming in my head. They're telling me my phone is in the other room. Yes, I hear the voices screaming. They're telling me. They're coming. They're coming to tell me. My voice. I can hear it now. Yes.
Not because...
Yes. This is very fucking...
you're not important. It's just that I'm chasing the numbers in the campaign, essentially. So big ones that might even be like unrelated, or maybe aren't going to be the best discourse, or more important than ones that are like really on point and that sort of thing. For contacting me, the most reliable way to do it is through email.
Jesus fuck, I'm good.
Read tea leaves. And then, okay, first of all, great
tea leaves and.
You should add the initiative link to your Twitch about section. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I should probably do that on Twitter too. Watching the channel are eligible to sign. So the uptick ratio is, the eligibility ratio is just so much better bang for the buck.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the EU would do that for Stop Killing Games, but if there was something like that, you think the industry wouldn't switch immediately to something that has an end of life plan? Like, do you have any idea how much more costly that would be than an end of life plan from the beginning? And games, well, sort of. It'll be.
There actually does sound like there's a lot of really good discussion happening here. A lot of it. So I recommend this video. It's brand new, so I don't want to like kill it too much. 1 hour ago, Stop Killing Games, good old Cursed Farms. Check it out if you're in the Stop Killing Games, god damn it, initiative, movement. Check it out today if you have time. Go boot up a game, watch that shit. Let's see here. We do have the. I don't know if I'm should I watch this on here? Maybe this will be the outgoing content today. I don't know. We can blush, we can enjoy it together. We can come, we can go. Yeah. It'll really be something. Am I supposed to watch this?
Should I speak into the
You're a
mic for
wily
that?
one.
How long do
no. What?
Probably
I
speak
hold
with
this like the
Oh,
whole
point it
time,
backwards.
or do I?
Oh no. This is 16 minutes of A New Hope that you've never seen. Wow.
It's Troopy here. Here's something from A New Hope I bet you haven't seen before. Check this out.
Just straight up 16 minutes of original Star Wars stupid ass footage. I don't even know. It might get copyright slain like a fuck. I'm just not sure. It's kind of cool, dude.
Well, come on, get in gear.
Yeah, just leave it there. It's already blowing up. It blew up. Fuck that thing. Fuck that droid thing. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, fuck that thing. Fuck that droid thing.
Hey, come on, shape it up, you guys.
Yeah, stop making out in there. Hey. Great.
I never expected you to be up working. Well, the academy didn't change you, but
The wedge. Biggs and wedge.
not again. Forget it. What's all the noise about?
Hey, forget about it. Hey.
I think Wormy's caught too much sun.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
There they are. Let me see.
This is dumb. What else we got? Come on.
That's no battle, hotshot. They're
That's
just
Orlando.
probably afraid of tanker refueling. But there was a lot of firing earlier.
That's not Orlando.
I tell you, Luke, the rebellion's a long way from
I
here.
tell you, Luke.
This planet, big hunk of nothing. I doubt if the Emperor.
You just slapped him on the penis? I think you just slapped him on the cock, dude. I think you slapped him on the dick.
Don't worry about
She slapped him on the dick too, you hear that?
The guy you just saw was Biggs Darklighter. Funniest bloke to
Biggs.
spend a night out in the cantinas with. Supposedly, he got on George Lucas' bad side and got cut out. Just check out this scene right here.
I was so close I thought I was going to fry my instruments. As it was, I busted up the Skyhopper pretty bad. And Uncle Owen, furious. He wound up grounding me for the rest of the season. You should have been there. It was fantastic.
You gotta take it a little easy, Luke. You may be the hottest bush pilot this side of Mos Eisley, but most
Oh,
of
I
the
thought that-
Skyhoppers are
okay.
dangerous. Keep it up,
Okay.
one day, whammo. You're gonna end up a dark spot on the downside of a canyon wall.
Look who's talking.
I always
Hanging
thought that
around the
was
Starfleet
Lando.
so
I've
long
never
you've
really
been
paid
sounding like
attention
my
to this scene.
You know, you're getting a little soft in the city.
I've missed you, kid.
Yeah, well, things haven't been the same without you, Biggs. It's been so quiet.
Luke, I didn't come back just to say goodbye. I shouldn't tell you this, but you're
I'm
the only
gonna
one I
fuck
can
your
trust.
mother.
See, I may never come back, and I just want you
I came back to smash your fucking mother. That's one hot stang.
some friends at the
I didn't want to leave without tapping that ass one last time. That's right, Luke. For the last 20 years. That's right, Luke. I'm your father.
You got a mouth bigger than meteor.
I'm quiet. Listen how quiet I am. You can barely hear me.
Okay.
My friend has a friend on Bestine who might help us make contact.
You're crazy. You could wander around forever trying to find them.
I know it's a long shot, but if I don't
Bestine.
find them, I'll do what I can on my own. It's what we always talked about, Luke. I'm not gonna wait around for the Empire to draft me into service.
We always talked about it.
The rebellion is spreading, and I want to be on the side I believe in.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm stuck here.
You'll get your chance to get off this rock. You're going to the academy next term, aren't you?
Not likely. I had to cancel my application.
What for?
My uncle needs me.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. The Sand people have been getting really crazy. They've even raided the outskirts of Anchorhead.
Come on, Luke. Your uncle could hold off a whole colony of Sand people with one blaster.
Yeah.
I know. But we've got almost enough evaporators to make the place pay off. I have to stay one more season. I can't leave him now.
He needs that moisture. And god damn it, those nerf herders are gonna give him that fucking moisture. Okay? I don't care for this anymore. Where's the spray paint?
The next one.
Needs more spray paint.
Hey, CPO! The whole band lives out in this direction somewhere. It's just, I don't see how that R2 unit could have come this far. We must have missed him. Uncle Owen's not going to take this very well.
True that,
Probably
Uncle
only
Owen.
deactivate you for a day or so.
Yeah, they're gonna deactivate you. So, you know, there's this stuff, and oh, look at the guy's arm, and...
The ship.
Shot first, and yep.
Against us, which is the pillar of her resistance to our line probe. Till then, we waste time with Governor Tarkin's foolish plan to break...
I feel like I've seen these. Like, partially.
Charlie?
Hey! Space life? Dude, yeah, dork me some fucking water in the cup, dude.
He's
Day
drinking.
Charlie?
Charlie? Day drinking. Day drinking, you're funny. Uh-oh. Cope, look, he's coping. Look at him coping.
People are extra quiet. No, I think there's some.
This is like, dude, I'm sorry, superhuman grace. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, these guys are freaking out on social media right
I know, that guy is so coping.
But wait, didn't...
He's so coping, dude. So... Copium. I'm gonna watch that later. Bye. I'm gonna watch, this.
Grilled cheese, but I've had...
Never.
So this is menu.
It's not a band, it's a food. I'm never gonna watch that, okay?
Yeah, you know, you hold it when you want to talk
Really
into it,
kind of
Gene.
phallic.
Actually, no, I'm gonna watch that on my own time. I'm gonna watch that later. I don't want to push it too hard here. I'm back. I don't want to, like, really get too far into the groove, you know? Get into the groove. Na, 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 yeah, like 3 hours is about right. That's about right. I'm gonna play some games. I'm still relaxing, trying to, like, hang out and shit. It's my birthday, okay? It's my birthday forever.
Some sort here.
You can stop. That's not it. You can also stop it. Gene's never seen a microphone before. Go ahead, Gene.
I've never. How far away does it have to be? Like,
We're just gonna edit you out of the whole show. Don't worry.
Shit. Gonna make all these lies about me and
How
then
far do we
plaster
have to
my
be
face
away?
on Facebook or something.
Facebook?
What, that we've been hooking up?
Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even think about it until way later.
You can't what? Stop hooking up with me?
Yep, that was it. I was so innocent-minded. He totally believed me, and I was like,
all right. Let's get to the show here. We can cover that later.
Great.
Guys, today we're talking about boomers. They call themselves the golden generation. They call themselves the God generation.
No.
Sometimes they just call themselves
No.
the generation.
Yes.
With no
Yes.
adjective. They
Bark.
expect you to know. It's like a Persona 5. There's many different variants, but there's one true generation, and that would be the boomers. Gene, are you a boomer or are you Gen X?
I'm the borderline boomer. I'm
What
the
year were
very
you born?
last year, 1964.
That's the last year for boomers?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, we're excited, guys. Gen X, boomers, same shit.
Okay.
I don't mean to swear.
I got a cat in here.
Different dicks. Same dick.
I gotta let this
That's
cat
how-
out.
What it is. Gen X and boomers,
Let's see
same.
what Gracie.
Two different dicks. On that. You telling me that? Now, how you a fat bitch? You ain't got no booty.
There you go, Gracie.
Y'all telling me there's a fat bitch and she ain't got no booty? Same Jew, different foreskin. We passed the 45-second point where we can talk about Jewish blood libel on YouTube.
What the fuck?
And still be sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, this is brought to you by BetterHelp, okay? When you are considering the various crimes of the Jewish people, you're gonna wanna call BetterHelp. BetterHelp is specifically help for anti-Semites. It's available now. You can call a licensed therapist. You can rant about Jews. It's helped me so much, as a matter of fact. You deserve to be happy. What type of therapy are you looking for? Individual, couples, teen? Now, I go with couples, and I call and I say, me and Adolf Hitler. This is the BetterHelp script. Are you serious? Is this the script they gave us? This can't be real.
This can't be real.
I don't believe this.
Well, this is the 30-second. The 60 seconds a little different.
They specifically said to name drop Adolf Hitler.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not here to question my corporate betters here. Regain.us, what's that? Couples therapy? Oh, it's a different website. So if you have a bad bitch and she stops acting bad, you got to get that bitch in line.
What
you
the
go
fuck?
to regain.us.
What?
Imagine getting an email from a website telling you that your partner, what is that code for some gay guy? We ever talk about that? What's that code for? A gay guy? Who's my partner? What, a gay guy?
Are you a cowboy? Do you have a partner?
Crazy. Old cat.
Cowboys and Indians?
Crazy.
Me and my partner.
What are you doing?
A cop? Are you a 70s hard-boiled police detective? What do gay guys call it?
Life partner.
Life partner? Oh, that takes all the utility out of the phrase life partner. Chris is my life partner, whether he knows it or not.
Crazy.
We're not gay, are we, Chris? We share farts. We spend a lot of time in the car, but that doesn't make us gay.
Gross.
I can't call this guy my life partner, though. I'll get crucified for that. My life partner.
We
Ugh.
share farts.
They ruined it. What else did
nasty.
boomers ruin? Let's get to that. The topic at hand. Whether I'm on or off the court, there's one product I know that's got my back no matter what. When my team's going up against the other team, when my team's going to go up against those other guys, there's one product I know that's got my back no matter what. You've probably heard that RFK Jr. is taking methylene blue to stay focused. Energy.
This is stupid.
The 1950s, there's no shortage of parody
Back in
material.
the day.
Fallout, crooner, advertising, big Cadillacs and stuff. People parody the 1950s. They think that's like a smart thing. This country was an actual paradise. Wealth, houses, jobs, food, clothing that wasn't fake. It's the best it's ever been for any generation in human history. And what do your parents, in some cases, or your grandparents do? They destroy it. They destroy it in a way that is will bring them into the Hall of Fame of legendary, selfish morons. That's what happened. These are people who, it appears they deliberately spend the most money with the least regard for the people around them. I want you to see what a walnut brain looks like. We're gonna load up a picture of a maroon C5 Corvette convertible with a tan interior and chrome wheels. Be careful, it's gonna be a hard one to find. They only made 250 million of these. A maroon Corvette with a tan interior.
You're getting me all hairy.
And chrome
I did
wheels.
ask for
This is sort of like if you join the SS, you get a Hugo Boss suit. If you join the Boomers, Boomer Men, this is your outfit. This is your costume. This is part of your soul personified, commodified, turned into a physical object. This is the Boomer soul. I know you're not car guys watching this, but I want you to know how boneheaded and retarded this vehicle is. This depreciating asset, this nothing car. Okay, so I've said this 1,000 times. I've tried to point this out, but this is the truth. They bought houses for 50 grand. The median price of a single family home was $13,000. They bought cheap houses, and they brag about this today. You've heard this from a relative. At my house, I got it for $25,000. and they look at you like they expect you to, you know, can pat them on the back for having such foresight, such a visionary real estate trader. If they had any type of foresight whatsoever, they would have done it 100 times over. There were multiple opportunities from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the monetization of equities, the monetization of real estate. Pick a thing out of a hat. There were 12 different Bitcoin-like opportunities where these old fucks could have 100x their money if they had been doing anything other than keeping their money under their mattress. If they had been awake at the steering wheel, they could have grabbed for themselves
this
hundreds
waste.
of millions.
What is this person doing? What is the
they're
point of this
pinheads.
individual?
They view life as this pleasure thing that's designed for them.
What is their?
They're short-sighted.
What is
Boomers
this?
hold approximately 51% of the total wealth. Boomers are 20%
Yes.
of the U.S. population.
Yes.
Still?
Yes.
It's ticking down.
Yes.
They gotta go, man. Sorry, Jim.
Yes.
These people gotta go, man. They're 20% of the U.S. population.
And
They're
hold
holding on to 51%
of
U.S.
wealth. The wealth.
We need another pandemic.
Yeah, I do agree with that. We need COVID-20 to keep these fuckers, man. But that's the wealth that they're holding on to. That doesn't include their entitlements like Social Security and all this shit that we're going to have to continue. You're holding the bill for old people right now. So that 51% of the total wealth in the United States, it's more than that because they're still going to take your money to pay for their dying. The wealthiest generation in history has literally blown their children's inheritance.
What is this?
on
What is this
OnlyFans
person?
hoes. See for yourself, $35K on this dumb hoe. But the boomer is even dumber.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Big Tony. I am your #1 OF subscriber.
Big
And how much have you spent?
$35K, $35,000.
Oh, it's nice to finally meet you.
Finally got to touch it. Depending on your age, this is all your dads or all your grandparents in one form or another, okay? Your grandpa, when he divorced your grandma and got a Laotian whore wife, it's just good. It's just your life. If you've ever wondered why a $20,000 set of golf clubs exists, it's not because there are like really good golfers out there who need super high-end golf clubs. It's not that. Can you not click your nails? It's not because like
Can you not
some,
do that
some
one?
gang of super golfers that need $20,000 clubs. It's because these people, these
He's
boomers,
trying to rant. He's trying
have
to
more
rant.
money than they know what to do with.
Fucking
They're
annoying,
so
weird
stupid.
little
And
thing.
they're buying golf clubs and jet skis and going on cruises and prolonging their shitty lives.
Yeah.
Stats on boomer end of life care. Now listen,
Health
this is
as
very
well.
black-pilled stuff. I don't want to get too dark here.
This
There's
one's just
a white
cracking up,
pill at
just
the end of this.
cracking
I'll
up.
hit you with that.
Okay.
End of life care costs
A
have
white
risen
pill.
across generations, but baby boomers stand out as particularly expensive, averaging $50,000 to $100,000 in their final year as of 2025. Now that's averaging. That's not what you're going to pay, okay? That's averaging. That takes into account all the street people who are going to die on the street. But your parents, your grandparents, when they go, it's going to cost you $250,000 per person. You're going to have to shell out $500,000 to keep your grandparents alive in a tortured state for another year. Okay, you don't have $500,000. You only have $250,000. You got to pick one. You got to pick between your mom and your dad. You're going to have to pick one, and the other one you're just going to have to put under the house. You bury them under the front porch and just kick them in the head, bruise them, put them in the trunk of a car, dispose of them in some humane way. Boil them, whatever you got to do. Dispose of them in a humane way. Take the one that you like and put them in a home.
Well, I mean, you
Boomers
cremate
spend
them.
more due to longer lives
You just
riddled with
cremate
chronic
them.
conditions like diabetes and
You just
cancer,
have them cremated.
paired with costly advanced treatments and a growing reliance on long-term care. What's an advanced
Okay.
treatment? Well, I'll put it in scientific terms for you guys. An advanced treatment, it's very space age stuff. This is stuff that is it's pretty high tech. It involves a lot of cyber tech, nano augmentations. They put you in what's called the dream machine, and that's from the James Bond movie, the one where the guy he only sleeps for an hour a day in the dream machine to keep him sane. The Korean guy who goes white, that's the one right there. This is the sort of cyber medicine. Also in that Wolverine movie, when there's the old guy that I think Wolverine almost killed in World War II. He's like a super rich Japanese guy, and he's on some sort of cyber bed type thing.
Yeah.
What does it mean when you're spending $250,000 on advanced treatment? What that means is a black orderly is making your parents oatmeal in the morning so that they can beat their ass later in the afternoon in urine-soaked pajamas while your parents or your grandparents lose their minds.
2 certified nursing assistants, 28-year-old Yashika Jones and 35-year-old Rose Blaze, taunt and hit Wilson as they dress him in bed.
Sorry, that's the most advanced treatment we got.
I mean, around here, they're not so much Yoshika. They're more like, you know, Emerelha, you know, and like, you know, I don't know any of their names. Emirha, and you know what I'm trying to get. You know,
we
what I'm
unfortunately don't have anything.
You know what I'm getting
quite
at.
like the Silver
what I'm
Samurai
getting at.
Raujin Z. The medicine's really expensive. It's made in India for $1, but it's $2,500 a dose. So we gotta pump them full of that shit. And then we have to have a black orderly make them oatmeal and then beat them into a piss-soaked coma later on at night. That's advanced care. I know this sounds fake, okay? I know this sounds kind of preposterous, but I did do the research and price out how much it would cost to have the lowest possible paid black guy beat an old guy's ass every day in urine-soaked pajamas. And it is $250,000 a year, so there's that.
That's the most you got,
hospice
Boomer?
use tempers some
That's the
expenses,
most
their
you
sheer
got?
numbers and higher expectations for
This
medical
is brilliant,
intervention
Boomer.
dwarf the simpler, shorter end-of-life needs of their predecessors, setting a pricier benchmark that Gen Z and millennials may only surpass because of inflation and tech-driven care. Also, they got hit with TV too. Before TV, there was you never had images. You had like a cartoon. You ever see old, like satirical political drawings?
Yeah.
They're not that convincing.
No, I'm not compelled by any of those images.
Like a guy in a top hat and his body is like a big fat like globe.
Yeah,
it's like the globe is drinking a barrel of oil. It's not as powerful as a Schindler's List.
That would get me off the couch, the Schindler's List.
Yeah, that would get me ranting and raving Schindler's
Yes.
List.
Right.
To help them.
Better help.
Better help them.
.com.
Old-timey propaganda. It was
Better
either
help
a
.com.
fucking cartoon or like a long screen.
Yawn.
Folded
Just-
at both
they must have been like,
ends,
just
rolled
shut up. Just
in
sit
the
there and
middle.
shut up. Just
I mean,
don't
it must
talk.
have worked
Don't
on some
talk.
people because communism existed before television.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's impressive that it did. Because they were writing long-ass screeds. You had to read a book if you wanted to be a communist, right?
That's kind of motivating too, though, because if you read a screed, that's like, I've read this whole screed, I might as well do something with it.
I bet you that's not a small part of what the psychology was. What's that self-help book that's like, how to fucking be a badass and shut the fuck up? Every airport ever has it. We talked on the Hagakure one about the importance of not reading stuff. If you type in how to fucking on Amazon, these are books that will blow your brain up. It's just fucking meditation. How to find yourself, calm your anxiety, and manifest the life of your dreams. It covers some disgusting LA Brazilian. Bleep that out. He looks like a cool guy. How to not fucking kill yourself.
That's a good one. I like that
man.
one.
How to be
Brazilian.
a fucking unicorn, a
This is
guide
pussy
to
at that
living your
point?
best life. How to cope with a massive penis. It's a pretty funny one.
Yeah.
You leave that out on your desk. The big fucking secret. How to control existence, kick ass in the fifth dimension, and illuminate the world. $999.
What?
Probably worth it.
It is. Scroll down. It's got a lot of reviews for
It
an expensive
is,
book.
he says.
The subtle
so
art
hard
of
of
not giving a fuck.
fuck.
Yo.
Okay.
That's it right there. Yeah, baby.
That's
The
hot.
subtle art of not giving a fuck. I promise you, if you read this book, you'll be worse off afterwards. Oh, man. 150,000 reviews.
Oh, man.
More
Yeah,
than 10 million
yeah.
copies sold.
Ah.
Yo.
You know, it's so based.
I don't think I'd
Based.
make it through. I think
That book is based, bro.
Yeah, we got Jean's.
Fuck.
Jean's head is so calcified that she's immune to that sort of programming.
Is it possible they struck a deal where it's like they will put it in places like this hotel buys a bunch of them?
The formula is you put something together that's inoffensive,
Okay.
but it seems offensive. It's just like corporatized virality. And if you can corporatize virality, they'll take your book and they'll put it in Urban Outfitters and every airport, wherever. It's not a rare thing, but it is this specific vein of thing that goes viral like that.
I bet there are a lot of college girls that they came across this book and they're like, it like found me.
Yeah.
And they thought it was a sign.
I think there's probably 3 million people who thought the book magically found them. Oh yeah, unfuck yourself. That's another one. Yeah, right. You ain't never going to unfuck yourself, dog.
Step 1, never pick up this book.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck journal. I'm very particular about stationery. If you're writing down something important in a thing, which is it's gonna be printed on the lowest quality Chinese paper.
Very
it's gonna be
strange.
falling
Yeah,
apart
very
in your hands by the time you
corporatized.
get it. But it's got that cover, so you're
Very
putting your
weird.
thoughts, your important stuff, in this thing and
That
you're walking
already
around and it
states
says The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck
that you
journal.
don't give a fuck, but you're
I have a
writing
buddy
it down.
who
I mean,
his grandmother
don't
is
know.
a compulsive gambler,
Okay.
and the grandfather is a doctor from like a rich neighborhood.
Of course.
He's a doctor who's made almost $1 million a year.
Goes right
By
to the
all
casino.
means, should be like 100 millionaire if he had paid any amount of attention and bought in at any point on the rise of gold, real estate, stocks, whatever, even just like throwing a dart at a dartboard.
Right.
100 millionaire. They have like a house. It's a one-store. It's a shitty-ass house in a rich neighborhood.
Tell it. Let's go.
The way these boomers live, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. These
it's
boomers.
sterile, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Carpet everywhere. You can smell mothballs.
Oh wow.
There's like hot dogs and shit. Like, they eat deli meat.
That's
with
his
buns.
bitch. That's
I say it, but
that's
my
your
grandparents
life.
are kind of like that. There's
Bitch,
lots
yeah,
of
that's your
Hostess
life,
snacks. Snacks.
Yeah.
The grandmother is a
Little
compulsive
Debbie,
gambler.
You know,
who has
little
gambled away more than $1
sugar
million.
donuts. Right.
She can't be allowed
right.
to leave the house.
Just
on her
smoking
own because
away.
she will go find
wearing
a
shit
casino
like that.
and gamble.
Fucking,
Is it high-level
man.
gambling, or is it like pressing a button?
No, it's pressing a button.
Oh, that's
That
tough.
type of shit.
Swarms of people like
That's
that we
even
saw
worse.
in Vegas. You know, just doing the thing with the.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. What is this? What is this? What is this?
It's shocking how compelled they
What
are to
is
play this
that?
game.
If you haven't seen this ever, you have to go to a casino.
What is this? Why?
It's shocking how compelled they are to play those games.
If you haven't seen this
Is he
ever,
like
you have to go to a
praising it?
casino and see people
Is
at
it
the
like
slot
his
machines and
Jesus?
just
Is
see
it
what
like his little
happens.
light god?
So you can start to
It's fucking
build
weird.
some type of barrier between
What?
that and yourself for when you might
Gambling
need it
has
later in
become
life.
their god.
These are the same people that would they
Yeah.
would never participate in Bitcoin ever. They'd be like, "Oh no, that's a scam. It's a gamble."
Yeah,
like you're
Wow.
literally gambling.
Well, they know
Yeah.
everything. They're geniuses.
Yeah.
Right.
But they also don't trust putting credit card information,
So weird.
in my experience, into the internet and buying things online. Because like
So
they'll steal your
weird.
information. Then why do you have a credit card?
Then what?
Don't
Wow.
have to buy-
Wow.
It's just a bunch of warnings from the news.
Just keep cash.
Right.
The
Right.
mind of a boomer is an amazing thing,
Dude,
because they were the
dude.
first ones
I
really
can't even.
hit with television. So anything that you can see, if you can see it, it's real in the mind
Right.
of a boomer. It
Right.
doesn't matter how much it looks like AI. There's a thing, we'll pull this up on screen in post, but these Facebook groups that are run by Indians, and they're like local Facebook, like Texas Mother Support Group. And the picture will be a woman holding a quilt of Texas. It's obviously AI generated.
8 fingers.
Yeah, and
on the
boomers are
front.
just like boomers are just sifting through this, trying to
How
find
can I donate
how
to it?
send
How can I
money
donate to it?
these
How can I
people.
donate
What's
to
the
it?
quickest way to
How
empty,
can I donate
empty my
to it?
wallet?
How can I
with the money
donate to
that,
it? This is so fucking.
my
Dude,
grandson's
this
gonna
is
need to
solid
pay
shit,
when I'm
dude.
dying anyway.
How can I
What's the
donate
quickest way
to it?
transfer
Yeah,
this
yeah.
into brown hands.
And they copy and paste the same
Oh my
message
God,
over and
dude.
over.
How-
It's,
how do I
they're
do
better off
this?
illiterate, these people.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. If you could wave a magic
this is
wand and make
fucking
it so
brutal.
boomers couldn't read, you'd save them a lot of trouble.
You throw unteaching
Actually,
them how
yeah,
to speak,
yeah.
and we've solved world hunger.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is better.
Definitely.
Healing. No offense, Gene.
Jean's one of us. She's cool.
She is one of us.
You're one of the good ones, Gene. Gene, you're one of the good ones. I give you
Gene.
when there's boomer, total boomer death. We'll give you.
When there's a boom, when the boomer
You
apocalypse
get the
happens.
one COVID 2.0 vaccine that works.
Gene.
We'll save it for you.
We'll get one of the Israeli ones. The end-of-life care thing is really nasty, and it's, I said it was a black pill and there's a white pill. The white pill is raise your kids and care about them.
Yeah, sure.
Because, I mean, what did boomers, if you think about it, what did they do for you? They did a lot for you. You find something crunchy? Boomers circumcised you, they had to, okay? The doctors and the TV said it was the thing to do. Did you know boomers, they don't breastfeed their kids?
I didn't know. I wasn't breastfed, but I got a Gen X mama.
I breastfed mine, and they're both still there, and they're in their 40s.
Oh, wow.
They're both still breastfeeding?
Yeah, what? I don't
Breastfeeding rates were at a low point.
What do you mean?
boomers. Okay,
What did you
so this
mean?
is not just my imagination. I think what happened is the TV, where it's not possible to put a fake image on TV. If it goes on TV, it is real. I think what happened is they saw an episode of The Jetsons, and a doctor told them that formula is the breast milk of the future. And they went, oh. And then they decided corn syrup and sunflower oil would indeed be a good substitute for nature's the milk of a mother. I think that's what happened.
Meet Georgia 10.
You're a breastfeeder actively,
And
so you
his
don't need
wife.
to comment on this.
Bam, bam,
You're in
bam,
agreement
bam,
with us.
bam, bam, bam.
But, yeah, your parents, they helped you so much. They circumcised you. They
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
formula fed you so you'd get big and strong, so you'd become a big, healthy hero. They vaccinated you 80 times.
Oh, yeah,
CDC, the American vaccination schedule.
Yeah.
Get some shots in there. There's 70 of them before 3 months. This baby's going to die if you don't pump it full of mercury and aluminum.
Well, I mean, polio and shit. Yeah, polio. Polio. But the polio will get you.
I went
But the
through
polio.
that, and I remember being
I went
with
through
my mother
that.
and my
I did the
grandmother in
polio
the car
dance too.
as they discussed.
Yeah, they discussed
No,
the polio.
yes, no, yes, no. And I said,
Oh, God.
yes, I'm going to do it. And
What,
yes, I did.
Get the polio vaccine?
It was a nasal capsule for polio, yeah. And as a matter of fact, my mom, who wasn't vaccinated with it, supposedly
She died?
she had like this, I forget, there's a name for this temporary polio.
HIV.
She was, no, the HIV wasn't there yet.
Temporary polio.
It was a temporary
They
polio.
rebranded
Look it up.
it.
It's like-
Yeah.
there's a name-
Temporary polio.
there's like a name for it.
Yeah, it's called the Hills.
So she had all the, no, she had all the symptoms of it. She
Oh,
couldn't
dude.
move. It's kind of like a hysteria polio, I
Yeah,
think.
that's
It's
the
really
hip.
weird.
It's called oleo.
Sleep paralysis.
Without the P.
Hysteria, polio. What the
No.
fuck does that even?
She was
shut
just being
up,
hysterical.
dude.
I think
Yeah.
so. That's my
What the
personal
fuck you even
opinion.
talking about?
That's my mom,
That's
though,
why
so
you're
don't
one of the
talk
good
about
ones.
my mother.
Wow.
Were you at all shamed by
Let's talk about
other
me, brother.
moms for breastfeeding? They were like, oh, don't do that.
It was kind of more on my end, where back then women didn't show their breasts in the United States.
Okay.
So learning to use a shawl and things of that matter, and finding a quiet area.
I'm playing
'cause
Vampire
can't be around
Survivors.
people screaming.
Okay,
and
I'm
hollering,
doing a
kids gotta
Frogan
concentrate.
react, but even more
So,
than that.
I mean, I
Eat
did
it,
it,
eat shit.
but I knew a lot of
Eat
other
shit.
friends of mine that didn't.
Yeah.
And they were for various reasons too, because they couldn't, or I had to stop relatively quick
And
because
denims.
I over
or not denims.
produced. It
No, wait,
caused
no,
like a
kind of
colicky
denims. I'm like
effect.
all three.
Kid was constantly
But a dude.
choking.
Okay.
'Cause all you had to do was flush the toilet, and it was like.
I'm like the
Ran the
attitude of
water.
denims, the smoking a
put more
Casey Tron
pads on than
lightly. You
anything
know,
else.
1/4 of that.
Yeah, the leaking.
Not that easy, trust me.
Got it.
You know, all those
Oh, I
things.
know, we don't
okay?
want to talk about that.
A little bit of
I
asthma.
think we know. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can keep going.
No,
That's all
whatever.
right.
The Holocaust
I'm a nothing,
didn't happen
is what I am.
once.
Okay.
It happened 1,000 times. It happened as many
I
times
missed it. I missed the
as
turn.
there's a Holocaust movie. That's how vivid these pictures affect the boomer mind.
Okay, me too, though.
Boomer,
a
every
little
time you
bit.
think you're done paying your debts for slavery, for the Holocaust, it was your fault.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time you're done paying these debts, a new movie comes out.
Right.
And the vividness of Michael Clark
Vividly,
Duncan.
yeah, Michael Clark
Tears in his
Duncan.
eyes as he's about to
I've
be
seen that
executed.
one. Yeah.
And he
Green
says,
Mile.
I wish all white people
You seen The Green
didn't
Mile?
own us.
I
And
have.
You feel the guilt of slavery in your boomer mind, and you know that it happened, and it's still happening. This is how the boomer mind works, okay? The good part of that is that every day is a bonanza where you can win a sweepstakes and you can win $1 million.
Okay.
If you just keep shopping. It's one of the ironic things is that the 50s and 60s, that was a rare time in this country where you could get high quality products. You could get clothes made of natural fibers, like handmade stuff, cars made of steel, etc. And these boomers, in their like anxiety to maximize gain, moved production off to China so that you could buy stuff for $1. They just want like more crap. The hoarder mindset, they don't even care that it's total junk, that it doesn't work. They're gonna buy it 3 times anyway.
I have that too, and I think it's by being raised by a Gen Xer who was influenced by the
Dude,
Matriarch,
right.
Like, I just bought this.
That's how it works.
But they're like McDonald's toys gadgets. They break in your hand.
Yeah, it's just
they're
trash.
awful.
Exactly this.
You could 3D print that.
I could, but then I'd have to buy a 3D printer.
What even is that?
Which
That's
you will.
dumb. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's stupid.
If it's on Temu,
whatever that is,
I think that's why hipsters, like millennial, I don't think hipsters are all that bad. I think part of it's a return to quality. Like people want clothing that's well made and cars that aren't gay.
That's right.
The Millionaire Mindset presents.
That's right. And music that's good, and videos that are fucking great, and all that. Right. All that could be ours. It could be ours, folks. You just gotta want better. That's it. So easy it is. Are you entertained? Are you not entertained?
Copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mindset for
SpongeBob?
for a limited time only.
Has SpongeBob not entertained you, folks? That's right. Game over. Okay. Game over, man. Game over, man.
Hey Sam, talking about boomers. What about absent boomer grandparents? My son is 16 months old, and both of my parents, my mom and my dad, who divorced when I was a child, haven't even met my son yet. What's the deal? They just don't care.
Both your parents have turned into Cheeseburger in Paradise, the Jimmy Buffett song. Boomers loved authority. They had it easy, and they were told just work, and then you'll get to relax. You get your 401k. And you get to take it easy in Florida. They're not going to let your kid stand in the way of their cheeseburger in paradise. All right? That's just how it is, bro. Tried to amend my carnivorous habits, made it nearly 70 days. Losing weight without speed, eating sunflower seeds, drinking lots of carrot juice, and soaking up rays. But at night, I'd have these wonderful dreams, some kind of sensuous treat. Not zucchini, fettuccine, or bulgur wheat, but a big warm bun and a huge chunk of meat. Cheeseburger in Paradise. They should kill this guy. Is he dead?
They should kill this guy. Is he dead?
Is he in hell?
Oh,
Is it
God.
confirmed that he's in hell?
We've got it confirmed. Multiple sources.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Heaven on earth with an
Multiple
onion
sources.
slice. Cheeseburger in hell. He's with his life partner in hell.
Okay.
Enjoying his last cheeseburger.
That's
Can we play a
great.
clip of the song?
Sure.
Just like 2 seconds of it to get the gist of it. Because once you hear 2 seconds of it, you'll know immediately how saccharine and cloying and fake and gay this shit is.
Game over, man. Game over.
It has the charm of like Japanese city pop, but with Japanese city pop, you're protected because you can't understand the lyrics. And it's this foreign thing. There's an air of mystery to it, an air of specialness to it. I understand why people can get into it, but it's this guy is in hell. It's confirmed.
Oh, he is the cheeseburger.
He is the cheeseburger. Yeah. Can we pull up an AI image of Jimmy Buffett as a cheeseburger burning in hell?
I gotta say, brilliant lyrics. Shocking 180 IQ lyrics.
Yeah, your parents don't want to see your kid. That's not your fault. That's because their heads are like blocks of heavy metals and retardation and wickedness. So you're in the same boat as everybody, so you don't need to worry too much. Just make sure you raise your kids to love you so that you don't end up in a urine-soaked retirement home getting your ass beat by an orderly.
You have enough of them, and one of them is bound to care enough to raise you, I imagine.
That's part of the cycle of life. I mean, especially for women, when you're growing up, your father protects you, and then you need to find a husband to protect you, and then you need to raise a son or have a daughter that marries into a good family so that your son-in-law can protect you. but men have to do the same thing. Otherwise, you're going to end up sucking a shotgun.
I think that's where the entitlement comes from too, because in the past there's the concept of filial piety, respect for your elders. The problem is, in the past, elders are respected because they pass on a world that is either better than the one they grew up in, and if not, they will offer you advice or something. They'll offer something, inheritance, whatever, and it will make your life easier. If you listen to any boomers, the advice they give you is poison. It's toxic. And they act as if, well, you should be listening. And you'll tell them, hey, the world's not the way it was when you were my age. And they'll poo-poo you. They'll scoff,
They trust authority so much. I don't know why that is. And especially when it comes to medical stuff, you can't tell when it's like things. If it's signed off by a doctor, it's gospel to them.
I think in the 1950s or something like that, there was like a communist push to make people wear jeans, essentially, like the workers' class shit.
Ridiculous.
And by dressing down like that, having less respect for yourself, or presenting yourself in a way that you're integral or a part of society, then you're now listening to the man in the suit. On the TV. He's got a suit. He's qualified. Like they've sort of separated themselves from a position of authority or critical thinking by being the jeans and t-shirt people.
That call was crazy. He's got a 16-month-old and the parents haven't seen it yet?
That's 16 months of
He doesn't
opportunity.
like, Sam doesn't
Chris,
like
care to
that.
comment?
Sam don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots
Sam
of
don't like
millennials to
that.
be exact. Yeah.
Millennial
And
grandparents.
then they prevent you, the grandparent, from seeing the child too. That doesn't help either. We don't want to get involved in that stuff.
It's true.
I'm a grandparent. I don't get to see my grandchildren because of the actions of my own children, because they're idiots. And so I stay away from my grandchildren because I want them to have whatever they can salvage, be happy. That's what's important.
Oops.
How old are your grandkids?
So, 22, 16, I don't know, I got like 8 of them.
You don't see them?
Well, a couple I do. One's living with me, which I raised, basically. My daughter didn't do too well, had that Vicodin thing go on in her life and a whole bunch of her friends, and they just all went like this. One after another, like tin soldiers. And it seems like the whole generation of them. I can't say all because there's a lot of them that didn't do that, but there's a lot that did. And I just happen to be that one grandparent. And so, of course, my son, being the idiot that he is, oh, well, you don't even see your grandkids. I'm like, well, I got 4 from you. One's here, one's there, one's there, one's there. This one don't want me to see them. They don't want you to see them. So you do what I feel is necessary for the happiness of the child where they are now. If those particular people, the other parent or the guardianship, don't want me to be involved because of my children, then so be it. Whatever's right for the child. So you don't know that circumstance of this person. Who knows if he had another child and he was just using them as a babysitter and they were like, you know what, bananas with this.
It'd be like one big spy game.
You're right. Like they left clues and stuff, so it's possible to find them.
I get you.
They're not
Bananas
treated
with
as
this
game. Right. Where in the world is my grandma San Diego, my grandparent?
I do like what you just said there. Bananas with this. I'm going to start using that.
Bananas with this. She's silly.
It was from my Nana.
It's because of banana runts.
It's candy.
They're based off a banana that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Runts still exist.
Not the bananas they're based off of.
Oh, damn.
Do you remember the AIDS scare?
I do.
Did you personally worry about getting AIDS ever?
I did.
I remember when I was a kid, they were trying to push this idea that straight people could get AIDS. And it turns out to get AIDS, you actually need to have anal sex with 3,000 men to get AIDS.
It's hard.
It's pretty difficult.
It's from poppers.
100% of the people who died of the first 1,000 who had AIDS were people who were addicted to poppers. They were people who were part of a gay lifestyle.
People were getting AIDS from poppers at an extraordinary rate.
Anal popper. They were popping their anuses.
RFK's fucking so funny. He's
gaping.
Anti-pharma company. Yeah. Trump gets elected. He's chilling with Rabbi Shmuley.
Oh yeah.
And leading the charge on anti-Semitism. Right.
That is, he's a guy.
Complete switch.
He's a guy.
Yeah. Fuck the health stuff. I'm going after anti-Semites.
Hey.
The worst thing for your health is going against the people that have the Samson option.
Yes, that's true.
To stay healthy.
Yeah.
I got a big treasure and then the game crashed.
It
What the
actually
fuck?
turns out we do have a health crisis. It's the Samson option.
Damn it.
Anytime you see
dude?
FAFO on your fucking timeline, anytime you see
How do I do this
instant
shit?
karma, don't watch soul annihilating garbage. There's a word for that. It's called schadenfreude. It's when you take pleasure in someone else's misery.
Yeah,
the idea
yeah.
with fuck around and find
I
out
said that
is
the other day, and I
someone
said that.
keys
We're all
a
saying it,
Tesla
though. Everybody knows
and then
it.
gets arrested.
Everybody
Which is what
knows.
should happen. That's a good thing.
Schadenfreude.
This is like genre of video.
Freud and
The guy
Sean.
goes and he stops a car and yells, and then he gets his head beat in with a wooden baseball bat. This is not a healthy genre of video to watch, even if our side is winning. It's not something you should watch more than you need to get an idea of how the world works. All you're getting is mental sickness from watching human suffering and going, whoa, cool. That is in particular a boomer thing. They watch videos. This is the primary market for like glitter bomb porch videos, you know, like mail theft.
Right.
These scenarios where it's like, I fought back and I made it through clean. Nothing bad happened to me. That's a viral internet video thing. That's a thing that happens to other people. That's not for you. What happens to you is you are in a legal nightmare. Even if you don't go to jail, the next 10 years of your fucking life are a nightmare of paperwork and paying lawyers because you accidentally whatever somebody. I'm ranting, but building a glitter bomb?
Yeah, you shouldn't go around life creating Home Alone style retribution.
No, man.
With what do they call those machines? The Rube Goldberg? Yeah, don't do anything Rube or Goldberg.
Yeah, and I'm not siding with male thieves on this one.
You figured
In
out?
a perfect
I
world,
think I did.
you'd build a Rube Goldberg machine where a shotgun comes out of the mail slot.
That's a very simple.
And blasts them in the cock. Okay, that would be a fitting punishment, and it is funny that there are people who build bombs and put them on their porch. But if you do that, you're gonna get fucked.
It doesn't pay to be the faux part of the FAFO.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be. You don't want to faux. You really don't. Tom Hanks, the ultimate conniving boomer fuckface, portraying the ultimate boomer retard. Fresh off an Oscar for dying of AIDS the year before, Philadelphia. Then in Forrest Gump, his pretty lifelong friend Jenny died of AIDS.
Jenny.
I guess you should not have fucked all those homosexual intravenous drug users, Jenny. Forrest Gump is like a boomer fable and a twisted tutorial for successive generations. If your heart is pure, like ours were, the boomers, and even if you're retarded, you'll blunder into success after success.
Boomers, dude.
Go to war. If you get shot, you'll get
Gotta
ice
love
cream.
'em.
Get
Gotta
rich
love 'em.
owning a business you know nothing about. Run and run for no reason. People will follow you. And when you've got nothing to say, they won't even be mad. And if you're lucky and your heart is pure, you can finally rest on a bench and eat chocolates. The wealthy retard who didn't die of AIDS.
I don't know if this applies.
That's it.
But my dad is more Generation X, but he is a fucking complete boomer in the way he acts. For the past 36 months, I've had to explain to him every consecutive month that his YouTube bill is an Apple payment. And he asks me every single month for the past 36 months, 3 years. Holy shit.
I was at the bank today.
Holy shit.
I had to physically go to a bank and move money around. Banks are kind of
holy shit.
It's a subsect of the boomer mind, kind of not personified but objectified in like architecture and bureaucracy and the mechanism. Explaining to somebody, a bank teller, what comedy is, and then talking about like what the purpose of a money transfer is for. I probably did 4 hours of banking today to do very little money moving that I just had to do for timing here. If you're doing physical banking, you are poor. Bank of America is so awful.
Okay.
It's really probably the worst institution that America has ever created, including the CIA, MK Ultra, the ADL, NAACP. Bank of America is the worst organization that Americans have ever made. And I'm not connoting terrorism, but when there is a terrorist attack, I will be like the dancing Israelis. I will be doing a jig on the rooftop directly across from the Bank of America, where I've rented property so I can set up my operations with my brothers, Assad. But Bank of America sucks. I tweeted asking people for a bank recommendation, and a lot of people were like credit union. And credit unions, like if you look up a credit union, they all have 5-star ratings. But the reason for that is because the people who use credit unions, they go in to do local banking, and the bankers know them by name. And there's like a Keurig machine there, so they're like in the bank chilling, drinking a coffee, and like the guy he knows my name. Like it's totally inefficient. The system is like fried. It's just as bad as like a bank chain like Chase or something. But the guy, they know your name at the credit union.
Did they try to establish your name?
They didn't try. I think they called me Stan. Oh, you're a comedian? I need an hour to process that and understand how that makes money because we're worried you're a terrorist. Just wait, okay? Just wait. And the people that are in there, they're fucking bums. People who do in-person banking, it's because they're depositing checks for like $300 and they can't figure out how to do it on a phone. And they're coming in doing like $15 transactions. It's like Mickey Mouse shit. Like a grown-ass man with an actual job bringing in cups of change to deposit. If you're one of these guys that goes in for physical banking, you're like super particular. Like I saw a deposit on there for 32 cents. I'm racking my brain trying to figure out where this is coming from. Did I get hacked? And also there was a gay guy who said he got hacked. The guy that came in, he was like, ooh, they got everything. I need to secure my account like right now. I can't use my phone for verification because they have that. They saw me doing it, so he's got everything. He has access to everything. I'm sure it was some like.
That's pretty good. That's a good gay dude.
Gay boyfriend.
Some grinder hookup that like went foul.
Yep.
Watching regular people struggle to get banking done in person, it's like low rent, depressing shit. The Apple Pay stuff, that's not that bad.
Okay.
Your dad might just love you, and he's looking for an excuse to interact with you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Sure.
I like that.
Just paint it that way in your head if you have to. But just make sure that when he's dying, he doesn't have the chance to rewrite his will to his Laotian whore gambler wife.
Is it Philippine?
Filipino whore gambling addict wife.
Yes.
Make sure, okay? Spend some time with your dad, help him out with the Apple Pay. But when he's delirious and there's a crooked Asian hand rewriting his will, you break those fingers off. Snap those fingers off.
Today?
Don't let her steal from your father.
Back.
Okay?
More likely than you think.
I like save
I was
on
at the
here.
dinner table one time, and I asked my dad, point blank, hey, if you had to spend your money on a cruise or give some money to your grandchildren, which would you choose? Took about 5 seconds, looked at me sheepishly, and then said, yeah, I'd choose the cruise.
At least he's honest.
Did you say you go on cruises?
Well, I've got a cruise coming up in April, but it's for a bachelor party. I didn't pick it personally.
Okay.
I don't like cruises. They stink.
So you've been on a cruise?
Okay, so we go
yeah,
here.
like 2 or 3
we go
in my life.
manage
That's
data.
you're a cruise
we
guy.
got
2 or
save.
3. You're a cruise guy.
Data.
That's a cruise guy right there. I've never been on a cruise. I'm 40.
Dang.
Have you been on a cruise?
I've never
I
been on a cruise.
Have you been on a cruise?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm a lot older than 40.
I'm a cruise guy.
Boomer that's never
You
been
are
on
a
a
cruise
boat.
guy.
Boomer.
You've gone on a cruise for every one of us here.
I'm a cheeseburger in paradise kind of dude.
I went on one of those gambling things in Massachusetts. You just go out so far and then they start gambling.
Okay, there we go.
Bring you back in.
Yes.
So you did a boat related.
River steamboat.
Yeah,
I got
it's more like a
128
paddle boat
unlocks.
kind of thing.
Okay.
No,
Sounds cool.
nothing fancy. Just some gambling.
Do you gamble a lot?
I don't like gambling.
But
do you do
it?
I don't do gambling very often.
I don't like taking out the trash, but I do it every
I don't
Thursday.
do it very often. Once
When
in
you
a
do
while.
gamble,
Because
how
there's
much
so
do you
much
lose?
So it was
You're
really
welcome.
funny
I
that
gotta
you mentioned
buckle
that
up.
because yesterday I had to go to my post, which I haven't been to in a while.
What's your post? What is that?
It's American Legion.
Oh.
So he says, so they got this Queen of Hearts game. So he's like, it's down in the cards now. He's like, your chances on winning, which I never win, are really good. So I go there, I suck it up, I look at the bartender and all the drunks. So I buy the tickets, and today was the drawing, but I haven't heard anything.
So you might get word on whether or not that went down.
I'm not gonna win.
You should look into cryptocurrency.
I don't gamble. I've explained cryptocurrency to many of my boomer friends because they just didn't understand Xing out the banker, the middleman. That's all it is.
Do you have any crypto?
I can't afford that. No, I'm too busy supporting everybody.
See?
I can't buy anything.
Just put in everything you'd gamble into crypto. Just put it in
put it all in there.
It's like a savings account, but like better.
I told you, somebody gave me the $20 to go and gamble. It wasn't my money.
Should have put it in crypto.
So I didn't
Let's get
lose.
Gene some NFTs.
I don't know how this character
What's
works.
an NFT again?
Let's post.
Guys, knock it off.
We're gonna do Solana wallet address. This is all for Gene. Any NFTs you send to this address, we're gonna give these to Gene. Okay?
Non-fungible token.
If you have any crunchy babies, if you have any shrimps, if you have any ghost pepper boys,
Going to waste.
Fucking shit. Crazy babies. You got crazy babies?
Those are all going to
Which one do you like?
Going to waste.
Boomer ones? There's no boomer.
Well, you're a boomer by virtue
babies
of us making the address for you to collect these donations here.
My favorite boomer saying that I heard a lot growing up was, your attitude and your aptitude will determine your altitude. It's like, whoa, that one's a thinker.
Dr. Seuss brained.
You mean like if you keep it up, you're gonna have something to cry for?
Did they also invent that when you're hurt and you're a child to like pinch you and hurt a different part of your body to make? Now you forgot about you breaking your leg.
It's like the elastic, and you slap your wrist when you want to quit smoking
Yeah, it worked
cigarettes.
for you.
Same thing.
You should just pinch the skin on the back of their hand.
I can't.
And like the hand motions
We've
don't
been over
correlate to
this.
pinching
I
skin.
can't.
It's like this.
Nowhere near as good.
Pinch. Bananas to that. Or
Bananas
something.
to that.
Yeah.
Bananas to that. All right, guys. If you watched this far, we thank you very much. Feel free to check on the rest.
Great, thanks,
There's
buddy.
more? Yes. And it's even better because we've got dirt bikes.
Great,
we have
thanks.
Nitro Circus. And these walls are going to blast apart Mr. Beast style. And everybody who watches is going to be entered into a raffle. There's no losers in this raffle. I can't tell you what the prize is. Go to mde.tv and figure it out right now. We'll see you there, mde.tv. Enjoy.
Great, fantastic. Wow, what a thing.
Bam! Introducing Sparky Crisp. Using cutting-edge reflective metal science, it amplifies heat, helping you cook your food evenly, keeping that perfect crisp. Slam! Killer! Did you want your food crispy? Look at that.
Don't do
It's
that.
cooking. If you smell smoke,
it's
don't
cooking.
panic. It
It's
may
cooking.
attract the fire department.
Yeah.
For a snack.
It's cooking.
False alarm! That's crispy!
Yeah, that's some good pizza.
I like my food crispy, and I use this guy. Do you like your food crispy?
I do.
Get in
I
your
do.
car, go to the store, get the Sparky Crisp. No mistake for you. Once you see the sparks of smoke, it's time to enjoy the show because
Enjoy
everything
the
is
show.
worth the price of crisp perfection.
Okay. Sparky Crisp. I'm getting me a Sparky Crisp, dude. I'm heading over to Walmart. I'm getting a Sparky Crisp.
All right. What do we got going on with you today, kiddo?
Doctor, I don't even know how to explain it to you. I mean, generally, I feel like I lost all the pep in my step. And it's not depression, it's not anxiety.
You gotta take some more ivermectin, okay? Gotta take some more ivermectin. I just don't even feel like it. So Saba was born yesterday on my birthday. Fantastic. Israel kills Hamas co-founder. October 7th mastermind 4 hours ago. What? Yes. Good job, Israel. Don't death to America. Don't.
Crowds in Tehran chanting "Death to America"
No,
and
no, no,
Israel
no.
at the funerals of top terror
Yes,
leaders
let's go,
and
Israel.
scientists killed in last week's strikes.
Let's go,
Meanwhile,
Israel.
focusing on making the world a safer place
Yeah, let's
by
go.
taking down a Hamas co-founder and architect
Israel.
behind the October 7th attacks.
Let's go,
Now, President
Israel.
Trump, hopeful a ceasefire is near, posting overnight. Make the
Is
deal in Gaza.
real.
Get
Getting
the hostages
real.
back.
is real. Getting real. Bang. Look at that. Look at that. What? What's that? What's that?
Has led thousands of IDF
oh, what's that? Oh, is a terrorist group now fucking gimpoed? A terrorist group has been hobbled. Ooh, terrorist group getting fucking pooped on.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian
Yes,
Kelly.
you are Steve Ducey. You dropped a fucking poop on that bitch. Well played. If Batman was a potato, it wouldn't. Nothing. It would have been eaten. Okay. Would have been eaten. So that is fucking it. I really don't care. I don't care. What is this? I'm out of here. Okay.
A very scary situation
oh.
by 2 cameras.
First at 5, this distracted driver's actions on a metro area road.
Wow.
The driver hitting, then flying off
Jeez.
of a tow truck.
Oh, look at
so
that.
many lives in a flash.
Wow.
This video also explains the dangers that seem to be growing for tow truck drivers.
It's like a ram.
No one was seriously injured.
That's good. Again. That's good. No, we saw it enough. Here's your daily. No. No. Okay. Oh, it was just pet shit or whatever, because we're not going to sit here and watch pet shit for 40 minutes. No, we're not going to watch pet shit forever. We're not doing that. Yara. Oh, geez. What is that now? Don't click it. I am now the hear me out of the right. Oh, no. Bean mouth syndrome. Pixar's in big trouble. Bean mouth. Look at them all. They're bean mouthed. The bean mouths. They got bean mouth. Asmongold reacts to the crazy lives of the Hoff twins. I don't care. Bean mouth. So I think that's pretty much what we've cared to splash into today. Oh my God.
Hi, Karine. Yeah, the CHP is investigating. Specifically, they want to know if something on that truck was modified. They want to know when it was last serviced and what
oh
was
my
done.
God. No,
and
shut up. No. Okay, here, watch.
Flipping in the freeway, a car slammed by a 25-pound tire.
Dude.
Flipping in the air on the freeway, a car.
That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Flipping in the air on the.
That's fucking
Flipping
crazy.
in the air on the.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Flipping in the air on the freeway.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Flipping in the air on the freeway.
Yeah,
a car
dude.
slammed by a 25-pound tire.
Wow.
High impact roll occlusion. I mean, it just shows you, you know, when you're simply driving down the freeway, some pretty dramatic things can happen really quick.
Despite the violent crash, the 29-year-old driver of the Kia from Panorama City was not seriously hurt.
What?
And Thursday on the 118 East at DeSoto in Chatsworth, the tire came off the front driver's wheel of the Chevy truck and slammed into the Kia. The Kia spiraled through the air, the tire bounced across the freeway, and
then,
hit the car again.
Wow.
All of that captured on another driver's Tesla camera. There's no 4-year-old from Canoga Park will face criminal charges in this wild wreck.
I know there's some reports that parties trying to flee the scene, but you're simply pulling to the right shoulder, which if you can safely do that, because you don't want other cars hitting you.
Wow. Yeah, he is stupid. Wow. 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 That's old. Wow. We don't watch old. 16 years ago, we don't watch old. No old here. Nope. Nope. 20 minutes ago, we don't care. We don't care, though. But we don't care, though. Old! There is nothing. There is nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. Nothing, I say. It's just gone. It's just gone. There is nothing. What the fuck is this stupid shit? Great, that's a dog. Okay. Or it could be a cat. I'm leaving either way. So that was it. That was today's show. I hope you guys have a good one out there. Thanks for stopping by. You know, that's it. That's a show. 38. Great. So I'll be around another time to go through some more shit, and maybe we can follow some more stupid little stories here and there. You know, win some, lose some, folks. So I'll be I'll be around. Okay, you're fucking square. Good luck out there. Bye. Bye. You can leave. Go. Leave. Go away. Nobody cares. I'm fine. You fine? You good? We all care. We care. I care. Everybody cares. Okay? You're great. You're fantastic. Mwah. Okay? Take care of yourself. Okay? Goodbye out there. See ya.